Tubes? Oh no, that state has a lot of idiots. Yeah, it was Ted Stevens. Yeah, he described the internet as a series of tubes.
Nice.
Genius.
Series of tubes.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay, do you want to do the intro or do you want me? Hello, everybody, and welcome to twitch.tv/NetherRealm. We have a great top 8 for you today. They're playing the video games down there at the Brazil Game Show. I'm Ultra David.
And I am Mr. Aquaman. Welcome, everyone, to what is going to be the English broadcast of Top 8. But, guys, if you feel free to support any of the other streams that are going on, there is twitch.tv/Brazil Game Show and Warner Brothers Brazil. If you guys want to check out those broadcasts as well, this is going to be myself and David bringing you the English version of this top 8. Hopefully we can bring just a small amount of the hype that those casters have already brought to the broadcast. David, I don't know about you, but speaking English, I don't think we have anything on Portuguese, if I'm being honest with you.
Absolutely, dude. Brazilian Portuguese is one of those beautiful, expressive languages that I don't understand at all, but that when I listen to, I just can't help but like get excited.
You feel it, you know, and
you
that's
feel it.
If you've watched the broadcast, you look at the crowd, you look at everyone that's there. There's such a passion for the game, for the community, right? That is there in Brazil, and they're showcasing it in every form possible, and it's just been beautiful to watch.
Now, I do want to caution people. There is a long series of tubes between where we are and the Brazil Game Show. So there may be issues. We hope that there won't be, but there may be. Just want to let you all know right off the bat before we get this thing going.
Yeah, so, you know, if for instance a couple things go wrong, okay, we'll get it fixed, and we will probably entertain you all the way through it. But let's go and take a look at the bracket as to what has transpired up until right now, David. There have been some upsets, and I think that the first thing that me and you noticed is that there is not a single North American in this top 8. Congratulations to a couple of the internationals and the homeboys defending their turf. I think it has to be said.
Absolutely, yeah. Gurr didn't make the top 8 here. Forever King and Infinity both came down, and they didn't make the top 8 either. Instead, it is, as you can see, Tekken Master from Bahrain versus Mr. Bruno from Brazil. You got Dizzy TT from the UK versus Killer Shinnok, also from Brazil. Then KCD 117, Brazil. Then Gui Exceptional, Brazil. Then Eternals there from Chile. And then to round it out, you have Conqueror from Brazil. It's a really nice showing, I would say, from the South American players who, look, 100%. I mean, we all know have talent. And I'm glad on their behalf, even though, sure, am I a homer for United States players? Of course. But I'm still actually really happy that the South Americans did so well. I think that's super cool.
Yeah, they were able to defend the turf, right? That's what we're talking about. And that's what we've seen players do exceptionally well throughout the pro competition. When we've gone to Canada, Canadians stepped up. When we've gone to the EU has stepped up. Now we're going to South America. They have stepped up here. It's been fantastic to see. And that just lets the world know that they're here to play Mortal Kombat, right? And 5 of the 8 being from Brazil alone, this has to be so big for them. So congratulations to the Brazilian Mortal Kombat community for your performance here. Let's see what goes down in this top 8. First up is going to be, like you mentioned before, Tekken Master going up against Mr. Bruno. Tekken Master from the looks of it, like we're seeing here on the left side of the screen, may not be going with the Sonya mirror that Mr. Bruno won to get here. He won a very close mirror with what was considered the other big killer Sonya player down there in Shinigami, who actually put Gur into losers. And Tekken Master might be waiting, wait a minute, I may not want to mirror him. So might be looking at gears here. This is going to be the first match of the top 8, guys.
Sonya.
Yeah, you talk about top tier.
Oh, wait a minute.
I mean, top 8, let's talk about the top tier. The top tier, I have been told lately, does not include Sonya Blade. I have also been told that even the high tier might not include Sonya Blade. Anyway, here's 2 Sonya Blade players in the top 8. The other side of top 8 winners also has at least 1 Sonya Blade. Let's see how this stuff goes.
I have been told a lot of things, David, since the game has come out, and I've been lied to since the game has come out.
Absolutely. So Tekken Master does go to Sonya. I like this. Oh, and by the way, it's a no-holds-barred Sonya. It's not just the ring master. I guess it's not really a mirror match then. Maybe.
The tools are still there. Great use of the directive, by the way, for Bruno to get from 0 to 100 real quick across that screen against this unchanged Sonya zoning. How does a character go down a tier list when the tools don't change, David? I don't get
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, can she kill you in 2 combos? Not well, sometimes because we saw Dizzy do that in top 16.
That's what we're talking about. In the corner we are, and this is Bruno in control. The wake up fatal blow. The disrespect. That's how we get a top 8 started here.
The character still has so much going for her. Space controls there, the mix-ups are there, footsies are there, movements there. It's just everything is still there, except not quite as much damage.
If you guys watch top 16,
by the way, still pretty good damage.
Master had a very similar start to a match against Striker, very good Aaron Black player. That fell just before this top 8. He was losing that first round until a raw fatal blow came out of nowhere, and he set the tone of the match and ran away with it from there. Will that happen here as well, to where it looked like Bruno was in control until that raw fatal blow hits, and the Tekken Master just hits that comfort zone?
Oh wow, what a tech! Not easy to keep your eye on a throw like that after you're dealing with so much zoning. Right back to the zoning. That's exactly what Tekken Master wants to be doing right here. You can see it. 2 very different styles of the same character. Yeah, it's a big chance. Okay, yep, takes the 2 bars. Oh my god!
Wait a minute, all kinds of mix-ups coming. He is utilizing different Sonya jumping that we're used to seeing as well. Changing things up, throwing us something different.
Okay, ring.
Had there, wait a minute.
Had to get out instantly. No, it didn't work, and not, well, that probably is enough. No, it's not, hold on a second. Oh, wow. Tekken Master could have just killed out Raiden. Instead went for the grapple. I thought it was enough. It wasn't, but all right. It ended up working out.
Oof. And for Mr. Bruno there, trying to give Tekken Master a little taste of his own medicine, didn't work out. But I gotta tell you, Mr. Bruno has had his moments. You know, he had his moments in both of those rounds. Just had to be a little more patient there. Round number 1, wait out that raw fatal blow. Would have had the round there. And he had some great offense going in that second round that Tekken Master I don't think has seen. He was utilizing different jump-ins, different staggers. And a different variation altogether that's not popular amongst the competitive community. Very jump heavy.
And by the way, you can see a very different style now from Mr. Bruno. We saw him trying to go in a lot before. Now he's the one who's just controlling the screen with his projectiles. It's not Ringmaster, but she's still got those great projectiles.
As long as you have the health lead, that projectile, I mean, in the mirror, it's still going to be the same grounded. But Tekken Master, 2 massive reads here, and cashes out with the aerial onion ring crushing blow. Is going to steal that round, and all of that off of some perfectly timed jump-ins on the zoning, making the quick adjustments to the adjustments of Bruno there.
Here for Tekken Master. He's going right in this time. It's not backing off for the zoning. No, he's in there now. Trying to make it happen.
Ooh. Whipping the Jean-Claude roundhouse in his face, and Bruno's going to get the crushing blow and give him the breathing room to maneuver out of this corner.
Tekken Master trying to hold that screen. Bruno knows he can't just play the zoning game now. He's got to get in and deal some real damage at this point.
Doesn't have the cancel on that ring. There's plus some mind games there, and Tekken Master's just used that negativity. Come up for the throw. Just needs one more hit here and takes game number 2. And we have entered top 8, David. You know what that means. Best of 5, baby.
Exactly, yeah. There's still one more game here. Now, we've seen Bruno try a couple of different attacks. He tried keeping up with the zoning game. He tried going in. Neither one has worked out so far. I'm just really impressed by Tekken Master's timing on a lot of these zoning tools, picking exactly the right spots, even going in sometimes. It's not all... Wow, okay, hold on.
Yeah, wait a minute.
That was a huge step for Bruno.
No, you're right. It's just been quick adjustments by Tekken Master. Every time Bruno tries to throw something different, once Tekken Master sees it one time, he goes, okay, you're going to do that. I've got an option for that. Now with a health lead here, will he back off and go projectile heavy? No, got aggressive. So that was another counter change that we saw from the last game, right? To where with the health lead, he tried to play it slower. I think he's going to keep his foot on the gas pedal here.
Really controlling that spot again. Mr. Bruno really trying to find a way to walk in, and it's just not that easy. Maybe you have to wait until she doesn't have the meter burn anymore. There's, at that point, just the high. But Tekken Master has done a great job at evading stuff. Even trading for Tekken Master at this point is A-okay. Oh, yeah, keeping it slow. He goes in with the low. Oh, my God! Can you imagine playing for 60 seconds? He's out there for 60 seconds, zoning, playing away, no risks at all. All of a sudden, dash in, straight up low into fatal blow. What a risk.
I mean,
like that dude went from 0 to 800 miles an hour.
Just threw it, just did it, and it was that kind of decision that got him the first round, that set the tempo of the match, and it's got him on a match point here. I like that Bruno's utilizing these different jump-ins that might be harder to anti. Oh my goodness, shades of the flash, by the way, with those multi-kicks.
Right, yeah. Oh, very nice here. Positioning goes in. Yes, okay, Mr. Bruno, great pressure into that corner.
Finally gets something going here, and it was the offense, David. Getting on top of Tekken Master, staying on him. Those awkward jump-ins. And Tekken Master gets them wrong in some of these daggers.
Oh, he's really going in now. Okay, yeah, okay.
Not believing on the first two, and then after the first two work, you're like, okay, he's definitely gonna block this third one. Then you don't believe.
He went low. No cancellation. These guys are. Oh my God! Genius by Mr. Bruno right there.
On amazing.
Oh, they have the same idea. Back one. Here we go. No meter.
There's no meter on the street. Oh my goodness! We saw one by Dizzy do like 570 earlier. There is still Das Boot at the end, and there is going to be a little bit of life for Tekken Master here.
Oh!
Can Bruno get on the board? Tried the aerial onion ring. This is
even
the
Chip, even Chip's the problem. Oh, yes. Down 3 into stand 1 from Mr. Bruno. He's not out of it yet.
Woo! You know that crowd is going crazy right now. Bruno staying alive. Wow. I think the only thing that didn't help Tekken Master at the end there was the fact that he didn't have a fatal blow to just throw out. He actually looked like he was like, man, I don't have this thing to try to steal another round. And it was good for Bruno to stand his ground. A little bit of a wild swing there. It looked like he did a down 3 on block into a stand 1. So that means that you were really, really button pressy right there. You're in that final moment. Anything can happen, guys. And just lucky he's able to get that match. Here we go. Game number 4.
Tekken Master starting it off again in the same kind of way. Carmen Sonia Diego right there. Yeah, oh, it wasn't in time. And you can see whoever has the life lead forces the opponent to move. Which means that if you have the life lead, you are definitely not switching away from this strategy right here. There's no reason to do that if it's working out.
That's right. And there are no interactables to try to find that quick way in. Just looking for those jumps, and this is just spacing right now, David, if I'm being honest with you. Oh! It was Tekken Master that stayed out of the jump range the entire time, which is unlike when Bruno was trying to be zone heavy, if you remember correctly. Put himself where he did a couple of onion rings in jump distance that Tekken Master was able to cash in on.
Oh yeah, here we go. Tekken Master's found his spot on screen. Jump, okay, a little advantage, yes. Oh, here's Bruno. Too patient maybe was Bruno right there. Tekken Master has gone into these situations. He threatened. Oh yeah, he threatened. Where they going now? The low! Oh no, a little error there, wanted the dash.
All of that conditioning off the back one to do overhead 9 times in a row. The low finally paying off there for Tekken Master. The throw. One hit away is Tekken Master here. From ceiling, he's been to the winner's side into the finals. Bruno. Can he get the chip?
Take a touch. Take a touch. Oh!
Dropping the meteor in from the sky, and Tekken Master moving along on the winner's side. He came to do, or he has pretty much done what he came to do, which was to solidify the points and try to solidify his position for Final Combat. I believe this is his last event of the pro competition as far as traveling to, and he's setting himself up perfectly. I believe he's in 4th place before this thing even started, and just gaining all these points is just he's just going to be sitting pretty.
He came into this with 960 points. In 4th place, like you said, you need to get top 12 in order to qualify by points. Yeah, he's doing great, right? And of course, now he's minimum top 3, having made it into winners finals, so he'll do even better in points. He's not worried about that side of thing. But, look, you still want to travel. You want to get those points for better seating. You want to get more money, for example, right? I mean, there's still great reasons to travel, and I'm really glad to see him down there in Brazil doing so well.
Yeah, doing fantastic. Both the international guys, because Dizzy's in even more of a do or die situation. He's really put himself out there this year, traveled an awful lot just to be on the threshold the entire time. He's been sitting there around 12, I think, the entire pro competition. And right here is where he said, I have probably my best chance to truly get some points. Brazil has not made it easy, though. All those South Americans have not made it easy. He still has a road to travel, but he wants to solidify those points. He is going to ECT to try to get some more as well. I think that Dizzy is going to be a shoo-in for Final Combat, if I'm being honest with you guys, because he's already in the points here and has been consistent throughout the entire Pro Cup.
Yeah, he's 8th overall coming into this. And if you look at how the points break down, there is a significant drop from 11th place to 12th, which is, again, is the cutoff, and then 12th to 13th. Those are significant. So between 11 and 13, 555 points and 330. So that's substantial. Where Dizzy is in that pretty safe zone. He's at 655. That's definitely doable for him.
Yeah, and we were kind of theory crafting about Gur as well, who this was, I mean, the definition of do or die here at Brazil game show.
Huge.
He went out at 9th, just before top 8, if you guys are watching top 16, only giving him 40 points for the offline, placement there, but did jump into what could be a winnable position. It's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard at ECT. Yeah. He needs to probably top 3 to potentially just win ECT to get that spot, or bet it all on last chance qualifier, David. Gur, that is not a performance that he wanted here.
No, yeah, you're right. It is disappointing. I mean, it's disappointing for King, as we talked about. Infinity traveled down there as well. But as we said during the intro here, South American players really came to play. They played extremely well, and now it's on either Dizzy or Killer Shinnok to make it into the winners finals. Again, Brazil, Chile as well in this top 8. Lots of great players from South America in here, but it'd be a bummer for them if both of the winners finals players ended up being foreign.
Yeah.
Which is a possibility here if Dizzy wins. So Shinnok is going to be defending his home turf, and it looks like he's doing it with
this is going to be a great match
boy
too.
Baraka.
I don't even want. Okay, I do want to know. I want to know what that crowd looks like and is going to be like in this, because Killer Shinnok has been their guy that's represented them internationally for so long, traveling in Mortal Kombat X, Injustice 2, here, and has really done well when he has performed. So he might be that home favorite here to try to take it against these foreign invaders. This really is, if you look at Brazil, his tournament to win.
Yeah, if you had to pick one Brazilian player to put in this kind of situation, I think it's him. So let's see. Of course, for Dizzy, it's going to be
no pressure
Sonya
whatsoever,
again.
by the way. None.
Oh, starting it off great. Probably going to take off these 2 defensive meters. Yep, they're out of here.
Whoa!
He goes for the overhead from very rarely seen. Well, by the way, we've already seen 2 hops out of the Brazilian players. Oh, no. Yeah, we did. So maybe they are bringing that meta in a little bit more than other players across the world tend to.
David, with the insurgence of Terminator, short hops have changed the game. Since one is a crushing blow, we kind of want to do it a little more.
I hear you. Yeah, it was like a reminder from NRS, like, hey, guys, they're in here. They're in here. Remember. Nope. Oh, boy, that was a risk.
All he needs is one more hit right now. Has to survive the onslaught. Needs to get it before the breaker comes. He's going to come off, and it's going to be fairly enough. Just needs to chip on his point.
It's a big risk. Oh, my God. If Killer Shinnok had just gone... I mean, if he had gone into back forward 4, he could have just killed. He didn't think he needed to, I think.
Gutted him. And even there, just jumping at Sonya Blade is a risk with that down 1. There it is!
Yeah, very
Hello.
easy. I don't care how crusty those toenails are. That is a great anti-air.
That is, energy is hitting it. Not a person, energy.
Right?
Is anti-airing you. Oh, the sweet
Anyway, just a cool 400 damage,
Whoa.
no big deal.
Casual wake up 112 in the face of Sonya Blade as well. That is some cojones right there out of Killer Shinnok.
Again, ready with the anti-air with Dizzy.
I say so far, slow down a little bit on the jump-ins. Keep that grounded game.
Oh, got it! This is huge now. There's no breakaway. Oh, yeah. Goes right in. It's not going to kill here, but one more mix-up. Now, unfortunately, Baraka does not get a mix-up after this, so he may have to just zone it out. Let's see what he goes for.
He killed! Oh, my goodness!
I honestly, I play this character. I did not expect that to kill. Oh, my God. It killed!
Perfectly killed, and Killer Shinnok. The Brazil up 1-0.
I really thought, well, anyway, we move on. Oh, I love that back one. The down one has been a range where he's anti-airing, and Killer Shinnok knows to evade that spot. So back one has more coverage in terms of the area it can anti-air. Great pick by Dizzy.
Yeah, really good stuff. Because Killer Shinnok showed exactly that, where he's jumping to where down one's out of range. And he just did it again.
It's super smart. What a play right now by Killer Shinnok. Yep, gets it going.
I actually just remembered one of the last times that we saw Shinnok on display. Do you remember Twitch Rivals, where he was dominating a lot of the top players, by the way?
I do remember that.
Killer Shinnok looked like a startup of a forward four, just not enough startup frames. And probably would have gone underneath at the end of the day. Probably
it does have a good spot where it anti-airs, but I think that might have been a bit too close for it.
Whoa!
In there. Oh, and this time he does not do the 2 at the end of it. He's done it each time. These little mix-ups here from Killer Shinnok, I'm super impressed by. Below, that's a side switch.
Yeah, in the side switch. Smart stuff there by Dizzy. And he does not want to be anywhere near this damage-dealing monster that is Baraka. And that's what he showed us. And picking his time to go offensive perfectly, because he knows that Killer Shinnok right there, 9 times out of 10 right now isn't blocking, looking for the jump-ins, looking for the empty jumps, looking for the forward fours, looking for something, and Dizzy is gonna take game number 2. And it's those adjustments, I think. I think Killer Shinnok has shown how he's gonna approach and what he's looking for so far, and he's gonna have to make adjustments now.
Well, I do like some of the adjustments he already made. So, you know, in losing here, I feel like there needs to be a second set of adjustments. We already saw some of them, right? Stay outside of down 1 range when you're jumping. Try to pay attention to where the fireballs are. Look for her jumps. Maybe it's more of a zoning style here. Let's see. No, in the face. But yeah, if there's anybody's adaptations you got to call out so far, it's Dizzy's for sure. Yep, a little bit of difference on that side too.
Oh, hello!
Wow.
That was a win-win for Dizzy, if I'm being honest with you. He ate the jump in, and that only works, and it only works if you don't do the combo that you just gave yourself with the jump in. Like Dizzy's already like, oh, I got hit. Let me just press this button real quick while I'm getting hit. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, I got the crushing blow. Oh, okay.
Oh, very unfortunate that the 1-1 did not connect. Man, I'd love to see more of these Mamma Mia option selects coming out of Killer Shinnok. You know, putting yourself in -7 at forward 4-4 each time is, you know, not that bad, but not great.
Yeah, not
too far.
In the
not
face.
Not punished from the whip either.
Not great when you're -7 in the face of a 50-50 character.
Yeah, exactly. Like somebody like, and not just the character, but the mix-ups Dizzy has had have been very impressive too. Trying to control a little bit. Nope, not quite there. She does have a faster projectile than Baraka. Just a couple frames, but it's there. And now the slow approach begins. See the spot where Dizzy's hanging on? It's not only in a spot where it's difficult for Baraka to zone on reaction, it's also a spot where, oh, please put no!
That could cost him everything. Oh
my God!
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
David.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Fight.
Sometimes
Out
it works
of
out.
nowhere.
A little late on the down two. Dizzy takes advantage of it.
There were 2 times in that zoning war where Shinnok had the right decision to finally come off his bar, and he's going to be winning that zoning battle as long as he gets those amplified. What a pickup off of that!
Amazing
extended
pickup,
round
to be honest.
Absolutely ridiculous. But he got hit out of the amplified projectile every single time. Therefore, he didn't maintain, that healthy that he wanted.
Oh, got him. Yes. This is huge right now.
Oh, we're bleeding, baby.
Yep, spends it absolutely right. Well, not quite there. I think he wanted to try to head that off the pass.
He didn't really call him out for it by having something active. What a
No,
block!
please
Did he get the
punish
punish this time?
Yes!
And that should be the game for Killer Shinnok, but no! This faces it! If that costs him, this is gonna be a nightmare!
Finish.
Oh my god. 2 times
breathe.
that
I
game.
couldn't
It
breathe.
should have just been a sealed deal for Killer Shinnok. Oh, and he barely made it out each time.
Jeez, he could have just done a down 2. Instead goes for the stand forward, whiffs because he's not actually in the corner. All of our hearts stop. But a 2-1 lead for the
I am just
hometown hero,
imagining-
Killer Shinnok.
Yeah, exactly. I just am imagining how the crowd must have reacted to that. Oh, wow.
Gone crazy.
Nice.
Oh,
Bye-bye
man,
defensive bars, yeah.
Yep, later. We'll see you in the next episode of Mortal Kombat 11.
Ah, that overload. There have been lows in that situation quite a bit. Knocked right back.
Wait, that's just low profile? The mid of that onion ring, by the way?
Oh yeah, with down 4, yeah.
Yep, okay.
Maybe for the win here.
Oh, the
Yes.
damage. And match point right now. David, match point
Round 2.
for a Brazilian to be in grand finals of Brazil Game Show. Or sorry, not grand finals, winners finals. Woo, let me take a step back.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
see.
having a heart
see.
attack, guys. Remember that. I am having a heart attack.
Oh,
That's what I
chance
say
no.
may not be it.
I love that Dizzy recognized that it was whipping there. He did not continue the strain.
Very
Very
something about
safe
that
stuff.
low.
It's really safety first gameplay right now. Oh my god! 1-1
That's
whip.
From so far away, gets the plus block and the jumping, gets Dizzy off the defensive bar, and now
Whoa,
you
look,
should
right
be
in there.
frightened right now. He's gonna see.
By the way, all
he's
this
gonna put him-
started by blowing up that jump kick with the flawless block up 2. Oh, right in there and then directly into the fatal blow. That's gonna do it. Killer Shinnok moves into winners finals.
3-1 over Dizzy TT with some amazing callouts, amazing aggression right there to just walk up into the face of your enemy while they're bleeding and go, oh, you ain't got time to bleed? Oh, it swung with the 1-1-2, got him into the fatal blow. Perfectly played there by Shinnok. Just what Baraka does, apply pressure, even if he's not in front of you. After that crushing blow, you feel pressure no matter where you are because you're bleeding, right? And you feel that pressure once your breakaway is gone to never get hit again. And you're afraid, you're frightened of this beast of a Tarkatan, and that fear can get you killed. And Killer Shinnok using that to his advantage, moving along to winners finals.
I was really impressed by some of the tech that we saw out of him. We did see a hop. That's pretty cool. We did see flawless block of a jump kick, I think 2 times, maybe 3 into the up 2. You know, jump kicks obviously extremely strong in terms of just regular.
There's been a complaint or two.
And hurt boxes. Right, yeah, I've heard some people mention them on the twitter.com, but the counter is flawless block up 2. Yeah, you can't beat that, right? There's different timings you can use on the jump in kick. There's other stuff you can do, jump, empty jump button. Like there's other things, right? But that is certainly part of the mix-up is the flawless block up 2, and I'm super stoked to see that Killer Shinnok is using it in that way.
Absolutely. So
Nice.
we're waiting a little bit to see him again. Once again, congratulations in the winners finals, guaranteeing that a Brazilian is going to make top 3. I think that we were guaranteed that regardless, if I'm being honest with you, with five of the 8 here. But we're going to move down into the losers bracket coming up, and down there, KCD 117, Gui Exceptional.
Okay.
I believe it's going to be our next match. Gui Exceptional, rocking Scorpion. We saw him against Shinigami. No, I
Shinigami,
mixed up.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he beat Shinigami.
The Exceptional
in order
was
to get into top
the
8.
Scorpion. That's right. Because I remember his match with Tads, where Tads went Sub-Zero in the final round. Yeah, he just has a really strong Scorpion. The 2 over Shinigami, I think, who was one of the favorites coming out of Brazil. Big win there to get here. You see the Scorpion pick. And then on the flip side, we saw KCD 2-0 over Striker, who was one of the favorites as well out of Brazil, with a very strong Aaron Black and with a super clean Shang Tsung performance. So a little bit of character variety down here in the losers bracket rather than what was Mama Blade's bracket when we started.
We'll see. I mean, winners finals is could be Sonya. I mean, Tekken Master plays so many characters, but it has been Sonya so far. Killer Shinnok has. We've seen Baraka. Like I said, I saw him play Nightwolf for a while. I know there's somebody else that I saw him play too. I don't remember the third one was, but there's a few different characters in there for Killer Shinnok. On this side, winner of KCD versus Gui Exceptional will play against Dizzy. So that will be at least one more Sonya in there.
Guys, our connection right now, just so you guys know, is buffering a little bit, so we're waiting to get the feed nice and crisp for you before we get back into the match. Once again, we do apologize. We are connecting 14 different satellites in outer frickin' space to even make this thing possible, to get the live feed from Brazil, to get it through someone else's internet and PC, to get it to this internet PC, to get it through that interweb, and then you have to go through NASA, and then it has to come back to us, and then it has to pick up my beautiful face and not crash. And I don't know how we're doing this, if I'm being honest with you.
To be honest, it's just a feat of human engineering that this is even a possibility for us. So I'm very happy to, be involved.
Oh,
and looks like we're ready to go. All right, so it's the characters we expected. Searing Rage Scorp, we got Warlock Shang. No big surprise on that one. Starting things off, all right. Instantly comes the break.
Forcing it immediately. Expecting to hop on the offense here. Trying to keep it safe. Nice.
Up for it.
Nice swing out. Yep. Right when he was negative.
Threatening with that forward.
Looks very knowledgeable. Did KCD in his last match. Just looked like a very knowledgeable Shang. And this is going to be an interesting matchup. This is a character that, this is that archetype of Zoner versus that anti-Zoner that we talked about. But Scorpion has developed quite nicely here post-patch of not relying on just the anti-zoning, right? It's not about the fear of the teleport. He's got just a great stagger game and great spacing game, great normals, and damage.
Punish. What great knowledge and awareness right there. The Exceptional pressuring. Okay, just put down one underneath. Really both pressing buttons underneath here, trying to find something. Oh, that's a hit for sure, yes.
No commitment off that back three from KCD. Does have the low, does have the overhead with a massive gap in it. Do these two play enough? I don't know.
That actually did not say punish.
That is something that Shang players are gonna test you with, right? Is if you know how to deal with that overhead, and he's shown that he hasn't just the first time around. So he may keep that in his pocket for a once in a while use, or throw it at him and just to see if he even knows that there's a gap to punish.
Wow, pressing buttons. Oh, lovely stuff. That's what I'm talking about.
Let me tell you guys, Brazilians are pretty good at Brazilians are pretty good at these flawless blocks on jump kicks. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
No doubt. Shang, oh wow, super late for that. Hoping to see a commitment. But very smart combo choice by Gui Exceptional. He's still keeping it safe. Oh, here we go. Nope. Well, really would have been tough to pick it from that.
Oh, unfortunate that the forward two wasn't active right there and able to get up with the buttons. There's Gui Exceptional. To full screen we go. And always weary that teleport. Never throw out something instantly.
Yeah, clearly the threat of teleport here's a big deal. Oh, no, we didn't block the low.
I didn't even think that he thought that he was at like a range where he had to respect something, and that lasted the spear so far.
That's the thing about that string, right? There is a spot where if the first hit whiffs, you don't really know if you're gonna get overheaded or load next. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bit of a funky spot.
Woo! Shang Tsung still gonna pop out some damage here. Opted for a forward 3 knockdown right there. Pretty interesting choice.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Oh, he did it!
KCD now running away with this.
Plus range.
Oh!
Got him! So, KCD does go in. He does.
Absolutely ran away with that round. Showed Gui Exceptional a couple of things, right? But no adjustments. Look out at certain ranges for KCD. He's forward an awful lot, right? Have to have the presence of mind that it is a high. You can crash it. I know it's scary when those ground eruptions are there, but also, you have to think about what else he's doing off the back three. He's blown him up on him multiple times.
1-0, Shank's on. Yeah. Coming in. Lovely right there. Ooh, he even down one. That was super smart right there. Okay. Man, this guy's playing at a high level.
Ooh, just
trying
that
to
forward
come back
three
in. Trying to find something here. It's steering rage.
There we go.
Here's a big chance.
Got the hit confirmed. What's going to get off it? Unbreakable 300.
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, able to just come in there and seal it. I really like the patience that Gui Exceptional showed. Yeah, he did take it to air teleport once, but other than that, he just sort of walking in, ready to find his spot.
Yeah, he's kept it relatively grounded.
Taking up space. Super important for Shang to do that sometimes. You can't just always be away. Wow, all right.
It had to come eventually, right?
Advantage. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Beautiful interrupt, but it was so good he didn't know what to do off of it. And we've all been there.
He was like, wow,
that
this is
actually hit? What do you mean?
Right back into the corner, please.
Meanwhile, Gui off all of these
it.
hits, getting so much damage, cashing out on every little thing that he can find on the screen. He's able to take game number 2 here. We got ourselves a match, ladies and gentlemen. And two guys that really impressed me coming into this top 8. Watching their losers runs, very impressed by both of them. And it's no surprise at all, I think, that we find ourselves in a game 3 already, 1-1.
Shang Tsung.
Yeah, very impressive stuff, I think, on both sides. I like a lot of the tech that we've seen. Again, I'm really impressed with the false walk up twos that we've seen in the jump-ins, but also some of the conversions that we've seen have been really cool. Things that I've only seen a couple of times from the tippity toppest level players in North America as well. Advantage, yeah, and respected. Yeah, speaking of respect right there, okay.
Oh, yeah.
You can really tell that KCD wants to stay away, but sometimes he knows he needs to go in, and this is that time.
I got slipping there, but did have that defensive part to back him up, and it looked like he had the reaction, but he had already hit a button that he was recovering from right there. Super unfortunate. It's not so close. He's gonna come forward this time. Gui ready for it, and that is a punish. 476
How did that happen?
damage.
476 just
He's
like
gone.
that?
He's dead, David. Dead.
Oh, bad.
Round 2, fight.
Shang has a lot going for him, but the damage that he can put out is rarely like that. Sits him on the low. I like that. He'd taken some time there to put out the corpse drop. There was no punish available, but he just had a lot of advantage for him. Slowly whittling away. Oh, in the sky.
Beautiful stagger 2-1, which is still +2, I believe, on block. Just a beautiful little string to stagger with. No profile on that jump kick with down 4. Ready for the block, cancel. But I think that he's still feeling that out to try to interrupt. If he even knows that. It's going to be the punish. No belief, though.
He didn't expect. Yeah, he didn't think it was still going to hit. I think he thought that the recovery frames were already over.
Oh, that time did have the belief. And Gui Exceptional turning this entire thing around. 4 straight rounds in a row.
And it feels like the way you have to play against Gui Exceptional is with so few errors. You really have to take advantage of every single thing. So in that instance where, Shang ducked a neutral grab, or did a neutral duck, I should say, and did not get a punish. You think back to those little situations that maybe in other matchups, sure, that's one thing, and there's anything else you could have done too, but it just feels like you have to take advantage of every moment. Since he didn't, that was part of why he lost. Super strong score right now. Will he switch?
Johnny Cage.
He's thinking about it. Ooh, a highly debated character right here.
Well, we should say that the new variations are not yet available.
Ooh, yes.
So when
here at BGS.
Exactly right. Yeah, gotta wait until next week. So he's switched it up. We got the noob. And which one did he go with? I did not notice.
I believe he went with Seeing Double here.
Okay.
Yeah, Seeing Double, which is just a safety powerhouse of good, decent, unbreakable damage. It's basically a lot of quality of life noob Cybot is Seeing Double to me, where you are gonna get the reward.
Yeah.
Of the other two variations, but you're gonna have the safety, decent damage, constant building of great crushing blow.
Yeah, and pretty strong mid-range stuff. I mean, I think that's probably what. Nice punish there. He waited properly. I think that's the style that KCD seems to like. If you're the guy who plays Shang and then you go to this noob, I think you are that kind of mid-range player. That's what we want.
Yeah, 100%. A beautiful whiff punish there, and he has built, I'd say, 5 or 6 of the clones of the crushing blow requirement.
What a block!
And now he has
he properly waited for the punish. Super good.
Fight.
What do we
This is
got?
a great spot to be, dude. He can stagger you to death, and he's had great anti-airs, but not the string that's going to pick up off of that anti-air, it looks like. It's dropped twice in a row, and that is just footsies. Spacing 101 right there. Wow.
Down 4, huh? Oh, maybe a tech. Going in. Nothing else, though.
That 1-2-1 noob Cybots has been a nightmare of players since day number 1.
Whoa.
I noticed that, David, a lot of people make neutral jump reads with kicks, and they're hard to convert off of, where if they make that same read with a 2 or a 1, you get the full combo.
Exactly. Escape failed. Oh, we didn't expect the corner, huh? How about that?
Put that in your hand.
But that's big against noob, actually.
Ladies and gentlemen. That down 2 going to give him a match point here for Gui.
Fight.
Does himself in the corner.
This is where
Seeing Double
lined up.
Can be really dangerous. He does have the launchers in the corner here. Does have
important tech right there. That was going to be 310.
And he's somewhere around the crushing blow of the shadows.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to keep track of that, but he's somewhere around there. I agree.
I know.
Oh my god! Again.
That's all they do.
Oh, he's right. He's watching.
That's just definitely wild down two right there. I think Gui Exceptional looking for the anti-air
game going on right now, and Gui Exceptional knows that. He's ready for all these techs. Probably not what he wanted.
Did you see him shimmy about 14 times out of poke range?
Yeah.
Just trying to get him to press a button, and then he pressed a really good one in down 4.
Escape failed. Relevant against Scorpion as well.
Oh
no, he goes in. That's probably gonna do it.
3-1 over KCD, and with Scorpion, this is now. Correct me if I'm wrong, and we were there, and I still don't remember.
Okay.
Was there a Scorpion in top 8 of DreamHack Montreal, or was it top 16? Either way, 2 good performances by Scorpions in back-to-back pro competition events. Keep in mind, we commentated that and still don't remember.
It was, I think it was top. It was Phoenix, right? I believe from Arizona.
Yeah, I think Phoenix made top 16.
I think it was top 16. I think it was top 16. Yeah,
guys.
In any case, yeah, interesting.
Haven't put in the normal prep time of memorizing things, so apologies there.
It's all good.
Because without it, it sounds like we have no idea what we're talking about.
By the stuff that we've seen so far from the Brazilian players. Again, like it's not news that the Brazilian scene is very strong for Mortal Kombat. Has been the case, but we just rarely get to see it from our perspective up here in North America. So I'm super excited, super happy to see all of this. Now the next match is going to be Dizzy TT. That's the next round. Not the next match we're going to have, but that'll be the next round that we'll see for the winner there.
Yep,
on the other side,
this is going to be a phenomenal one. This is going to be great.
This will be Eternal versus Conqueror.
2 names I'm actually familiar with. Eternal has been known for quite some time, incredibly strong, and Conqueror, to me, if it's the Conqueror I know, going back to MK9, this guy's been around. Very strong. Back in MKX, the Brazilians were giving me the lowdown. I think he was a katana player in MK9. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'm 5% sure.
I don't remember.
And a Shinnok player back in MKX that was causing all kind of terror down there. So he's been around. And Eternal is the heartbreaker of the tournament so far. Eternal had Dizzy on life alert up like 80% health. Dizzy gets one hit and then a second hit into like 57% with a fatal blow into get outplayed, I guess. I don't even know what you want to call it, but just an absolute heartbreaker. And he looked really strong down there on the loser side as well, making that quick run into the top 8, getting a victory over Gur, by the way, 2-0 in the mirror. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say that again for those of you who are in the back. With a 2-0 victory over Gur in the mirror to make this top 8. And it was, I think it was 2 straight rounds and then a game 3. It was something crazy. Guys, I'm just excited.
Fight.
Is this the match? Nope, they're still testing buttons here. Yes, I mean, definitely expecting to still see Geras coming out of Eternal. I mean, the way he played was extremely strong. And then looks like we're going to see Sub. I think we've seen a couple characters out of Eternal, but looks like Sub's what he's lining up with here.
Yep.
Well, we'll see if he sticks.
Yep, we saw some Sub out of him. Great character still. You know, it hasn't changed. The character just hasn't changed, and he has things that you need to win. And he's using Dead of Winter. We're gonna be throwing the mix-ups.
Yeah, but the thing is that the way that the character gets to play is not exclusively about the mix-ups. You know, when the game was new, I saw that character and I was like, this 50-50 mix-up's only gonna last for so long. Then the character's not gonna be that great. But you don't need to always mix up. He has a very fast projectile that crushes other projectiles. He has good buttons. He's got fast buttons. He has good damage. Like, there's still a lot of other stuff.
He has a mid now. Back one's a mid now. I forgot. He's not the same. He's actually been enhanced a little bit. But here we go. Getting started quick here. Skunk. Whoa! That crushing blow so late.
Yeah, it really did.
That had to be the last active frame of that throw.
Expected to be thrown into the corner. Instead, it's out. It doesn't really matter for Geras. He's always next to you anyway. Oh!
If you noticed, David, Conqueror, Brazilian player, did flawless block that jump in. Just didn't have to.
Yes, he did.
But it was there. And this is the character that I'd say that's the most prolific to do against. With just how many ways...
Yeah, I mean, it's super important, right? Oh, no! And this is real... Oh, he actually will have 2 bars. Yes, he gets out of here. And it's spent! It's spent! The fatal blow blows it up.
This is probably not going to be the kill, but hey, this is going to put you on life alert with no breakaway. If he can get this final hit, we'll send this into the next round with no defensive bar for Contra here. Coming in from downtown.
Oh, what a read right there to get that duck from Eternal.
To put things in perspective for you guys, you block something that's plus on block, and your instinct is to let go of block. That is a
you really have to be well practiced in that. There's no doubt. Oh, love the walk forward first right there. A little unorthodox in the timing, and that's why it worked. Great damage, of course. Yeah, you can really see it. Eternal's just playing all the games he wants to. He's in there. Escape failed twice. Now, that doesn't mean crushing blow against Geras, but you can see that each time Eternal is getting the mix-up right.
Yeah,
even defensively, he's understanding all these mix-ups.
Either way, it's an indicator that you done messed up. And no hiccup mission by Eternal on the 4-2-1, but still going to be enough with the health lead that he had to secure game number 1. And Eternal from Chile on the board. The lone representative in this top 8 looking to make the run.
Again, all of his offense worked out great. His movement was good in there. And in a few instances when he had to play defense, he played it fantastically. You can think it back to that duck, and then the next time that situation came up, he blocked against the low, right? I mean, he guessed right almost every time on all sides of the game, and it's pretty tough to win if you're not guessing right every time.
You can say that again for the people louder in the back, David. Sometimes. This game does involve a little bit of making the hard reads, making the required needs on your opponent.
Well, that's part of what I love about it. And there's a big bet,
And there you see the bet not paying off, but look at the reward that you get for one right here, off of the back three. Now you got the health lead. Now you put your opponent in the corner. It's time to go to work, baby. But jumps himself into the corner. That's a no-no. That's a day one no-no.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
He's back here is thrown
back into the corner. What?
It's breakfast time, baby.
Stealing turns everywhere.
His post 4-2-1-2 game is so scary. What a pickup! I would have dropped that. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would not have known what button there to press to actually pick up him being that low. That was so smart by Conqueror on the fly. Didn't know what to do.
I would have done dash up. Punished actually.
I would have been dash up down 2. It would have whiffed, and I would have died.
Yeah. Not quite there. Down 1. Yeah, lovely stuff. Now still a big chance. Dashes forward into it.
These guys are some serious.
Will he cash out? Cash out, yeah.
Serious long-time Mortal Kombat players.
Dude, I love that we're seeing so many hops from the South American players. That's so cool.
That's gonna be close. One more hit, and it was as if that first game just didn't happen, David. Conqueror just ran him over, and that is the mix-up, but also the great reads. Those straight little down ones, those straight mix-ups that actually work out, but if they don't work out, you get burned. And there, it just worked out in his favor, just like in game number 1 worked out for Eternal. I'm so impressed with these conversions off of the stray anti-airs as well, especially the down ones. They're a lot trickier in this game than they were in previous Mortal Kombats, where the gravity was a lot higher. And that's the sign of a Mortal Kombat player to me, is when you get an anti-air down 1 into a full combo, pretty dang good. Don't leave any food on a table, okay? That's what conversions are about.
Easier said than done, but yeah, the ones who can do it are some of the best. There it is. Yep. Got him. No confirm, unfortunately. Just had the string. Whoa! There was no high press. Very unusual.
I think that it was like too long of a shimmy to where he even kind of mixed himself up there.
Yeah. So Conqueror has all the offense, it seems. Oh my god, just when I spoke, there was just a jump out and Conqueror didn't do anything about it.
Wake up, Frog Splash. This ring came into the ring as Rob Van Dam. Awkward hitbox interaction right there, and perfect calculation on the kill too. That's twice that Conqueror has calculated a chip kill perfectly with that shoulder.
I love that he went for that overhead there after having seen so many down ones. Seeing a lot of crouching from his opponent there as well. Got him. Not quite.
Oh, wait, resets. We got resets, baby. We may be in Brazil, but we got American resets. Let's go.
Right. No punish there either. Too big jump. There it is.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt.
Yeah, always does big damage. Lovely. This time it does pay off.
Classic Toasty in the background, and get him off that breakaway. Still 261 damage through it all. Eternal does have the resources to shut him out. This comeback gets the raw, unsafe, forward 1+3. Okay.
Whoa. It's not supposed to work like that, Aquaman. Whoa.
That is a true yeet.
Yeah, 100%.
We're only going to be tied in health here, by the way. That was not a game-winning yeet. There is still one more yeet to come.
Oh, yeah. You can see Eternal doesn't want anything to do with that blue boy. Oh, got him! Yes, yes, yes.
That backdash, Conqueror sees that visually. Naturally reacts as a fighting game player to see backdash, put out a button, put out something active, and that was so quick into the back three that it looked like it caught a down 1 that Eternal had pressed. And Conqueror turning this entire thing around. Very impressive. 2-1.
Battle of those 6 frame down 1.
Fight.
I can't believe he did a raw
That's
forward
crazy.
1/1+3. I'm still got it.
Yo, I'm right. Yeah, I know. Oh, no cancel. Okay, well. Yep, currently 2-1 Conqueror, taking that first loss against Gears, but then the last 2 games have looked super strong for his club.
Gets the frog splash there.
Oh, only down 1.
Didn't believe there, but hey, gets it off the back 3.
Oh,
No
he could probably
breakaway.
if he cashes out on it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Match point
Yeah.
Conqueror. Look, and look at everything. It's everything they want right now. Positioning, meter.
His turn.
That breakaway's coming awfully quick, though. To stay in the corner, ready for the throw. Just try to get the quick reversal up the position. People are always looking out for that, guys. You have to keep that in mind.
We're starting to see bigger and bigger bets out of Eternal, I think, as this set goes on.
As this health dwindles, I think we're going to see even more to come here. You got the
Yeah, you
guess
can
on the
definitely
stagger.
sense that he sort of has a sense that he needs to make something happen. You can definitely tell. Into lovely tech.
With that being said, Conqueror's defense has been immaculate. 2 tech throws
You know,
in this
Eternal blocked the
situation.
first overhead in the full set,
Or
and
this
then
round.
since then, every single one has worked. The up 2 did not come out. That's not
Whoa!
invincible, friend.
It got stand 1. Oh my
It got
goodness.
stand 1.
That means that the frog splash was so deep that it recovered instantaneously. That I've never seen that actually happen.
What?
And we talked about he's gonna bet bigger here.
We talked about it. Yep, we talked about how the dice rolls are getting higher and higher, and then he just went for the maximum. Down
Just
1
do it.
fatal blow.
When your life is on the line, just do
No
it, and that's no
overcommitment!
overextension.
Oh! Big
We've all been
overcommitment
there.
right there.
Big hesitation. You just want to apply some kind of quick mix to end it all, and
As he
your
goes
opponent
into
just
the
you just
menu
get
to find out
outpaced
what
in
the
that
bear
situation.
was.
And oh, there we go.
Yeah.
The
You
execution
know, I
is
could
blocked.
get the sense that Eternal was really getting concerned about what to do about the big boot range. Like I feel like Conqueror used big boot more than I've seen many other subs use since early days in this game. And as the set went on, we saw it more and more and more. And then you could see that Eternal was trying to outrange Ray. He was trying to stay outside of it. And then I think the idea of when he jumped in towards the end was about dealing with a preemptive big boot, right? If you go up into the sky as a way to deal with it, then okay, you can get the hit, right? Combo comes after that. But it just wasn't the right moment. He just didn't pick the right spot. Conqueror did.
Yeah,
Very nicely done from Conqueror.
It's exactly that. Conqueror, the patience paid off there at the end, even though a lot of the offenses is what kind of in that position. And it was that quick switch that saved him. And guys, this is what the top 8 has been thus far. Tekken Master 3-1 over Mr. Bruno and Killer Shinnok. I know those Brazilians are going crazy, as 4 of the 6 that remain are going to be Brazilians. This is just a great showing for them. Killer Shinnok in the winners finals against Tekken Master. Dizzy TT going up against Gui Exceptional. And Mr. Bruno versus Conqueror are our remaining matches. And guys, don't go anywhere. We are going to be right back with some more top 8 action here at Brazil Game Show, baby. So excited. And this week, we're throwing back to a band straight out of the heart of Brazil and the Roadrunner archives. Sepultura. Oh my goodness. I didn't even know this. This is amazing. Refuse Resist is one of your official songs of the Brazil Game Show. Shout out to Roadrunners. Let's go. We'll be right back, guys.
my voice is raw. Can't take this cold, so
Explain to me what the hell is going on. It is insane.
And now a taste of things to come.
We defend Kronika as she rewrites history.
Yippee-ki-yay, right?
This week, we're thrown back to a band straight out of the heart of Brazil and the Roadrunner archives, Sepultura. Roots, Bloody Roots is one of your official theme songs of BGS. Welcome back, everybody. We got more of this top 8 going on shortly for you here. We've already seen some incredible matches, and as we said right at the top, 6 of the 8 players here from South America, 5 of them from Brazil. And we were very excited to watch and see how they did in this top level competition, knowing coming in, of course, that they're very strong. And man, they have not disappointed. Incredible play, offense, defense, tech is there, spacing is there, everything is there for these players.
Yeah, it's been an amazing show. This tournament has lived up to all of the hype that not only the pro competition itself has built up, but the Brazilian community that have been dying for a chance like this for so long, right? And they're putting on such a great display. Not only with the players themselves, the event itself, it's looked fantastic. The passion there, the crowd sizes, the crowd's energy. Every 5 minutes, I see Walter from the pro competition say in chat, "I wish you guys were here in person to experience the crowd, to experience what's actually happening there at Brazil Game Show." And I wish I was there too. It looks so hype, and I know personally how passionate the Brazilian community is. I've been seeing it for years and years and years through various online methods, just with interacting with the community and the opportunities that they have gotten down there. And just shout outs. You guys did it. Great stuff.
Ooh, we're already into it, huh? Okay, so this will be Dizzy TT versus Gui Exceptional. Dizzy TT was in winner's side to start this top 8, lost to Killer Shinnok. Now it's up to Gui Exceptional, who I was super impressed by in the last set versus KCD.
Yeah, the Scorpion play. He's not one of those guys that likes to overextend with the character, nor does he have to.
Right.
The only time we saw, a master
didn't expect it to hit.
God, look at the cash out.
Look at the damage, 445. And then a jump out, but actually not a punish. Dizzy definitely could have pressed the button in the sky to get a combo. Instead, he let it drop, and Gui Exceptional takes the round.
This guy knows what he's doing. The punish with 1-1 spear, perfectly getting the kill and into the corner. Oh, yeah, that's
Look
knowledge.
Look at that space right there. I mean, it's, yeah, extremely strong. He's not taking any risks. It's a very safety-first Scorpion style right here. Again, the perfect jump. He harassed there with down 4 a couple of times. This time he jumps over it. Reset.
Woo! We only saw one big risk, really, against KCD, which was when his health was dwindling. Finally did one raw teleport. That was a raw trade on the end of that string.
Ooh, did press a button there.
On the 2-1-2. Getting some low profiles on these jumping attempts by Dizzy, too. And here's where Mama Blade can't take over. No confirmation into Dizzy.
Yeah,
the raw back one hit and everything.
Surprising. Yeah, usually you see Dizzy take advantage of every single moment. He's not doing that right now. Still not playing badly. He's got the life lead, and he does take the round. Okay.
So we did see Guy lose control a little bit, you know, when he had us back to the wall. You know, when he didn't have that breathing room, that space to play with, it looked like he wasn't quite ready to deal with what we're dealing with right now. In your face, constant mix-ups. Constant staggers, constant small micro guesses.
What a read! He backed off. He knew exactly where to stand, where to punish. Big damage coming out, 363. Here's Dizzy.
And a wonderful knockdown.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh,
Okay.
how about
Down
say
3.
we
I
just
think on
spent
block. I don't think that was down 3 hit. I think that was just him going right into it, hoping it hit probably into stand 1, but it didn't, and it worked out anyway.
Listen. So Sonya Blades don't hit confirmed down 3s. I think that's just a fact. That's just what it is. But how different was that when Dizzy got into the corner? 2 straight rounds of you're not getting out, you're dead. And we're gonna find ourselves there again. Nope. Mid-screen. Kind of shocking.
Again! 2 times now staying outside. Oh, the punish doesn't really come. Another chance, and neither one taken. Gui Exceptional. Last time we saw him on stage, he was playing amazingly. This time he has let a couple things go.
Oh, and the offense again is Dizzy. And like I said, the one risk that we saw in his last match was when he had that massive health deficit. Why not? In that situation, right, where you're only a hit away, go for the comeback factor. If not, just shake it off and reset the match, in a sense here, at full health.
Oh, grab the spear. Okay, see how much you can get, and she's out of there. Lovely delay timing. Very effective for getting through what he wanted to do.
Ooh, relentless pressure out of Dizzy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it feels like all of his pressure's working out.
He maybe trying some of these more savage ways of getting up, you know, the wake up buttons, wake up jumps. And if you stay on your opponent, those you can take them away. Just stay aggressive. Make sure you have active mids, little things like that. And Dizzy's done a great job of doing just that.
No break.
But
it's not enough. It's not enough. Hold on.
heavy damaging enders. This is Searing Rage. I was about to say he can go into that spear for the chip out. That's been
yes, exactly.
Great.
Final round.
And Dizzy was still pressing a lot of buttons. I mean, Dizzy has been very active when he's been close, whether he's defense or offense. He's always trying to take a turn.
I think that's the Sonya Blade way. If you remember even going back to the first pro competition ever event, how much did you see someone like Scar, you know, all these other top Sonya Blade players? They'll just throw out down 3s until they hit, and then it's their turn. They actually, like, sometimes will just mindlessly do it until it is their turn because they know that no matter what the health deficit is, that single moment could change everything. Where they get a turn to mix up.
Yeah, and to be fair, look, a lot of people are stealing turns left and right in this video game. That's really what the whole pressure and defense is about. It's about taking your turn or stealing a turn. I do
That's
it.
right.
We all try to do it.
Listen, I think inherently nobody wants to effing block, and that's just,
dude, you're so right.
You want it to be your turn always, and we are down to the wire here, by the way. A lot of buttons being pressed here, just outside of sweep distance.
I really get the sense that, oh yeah, I'm not surprised to see him go to that at all. Because in that moment, you could really sense that Gui Exceptional was trying to play that footsies game so badly. He just wanted to control that spot on screen. And instead, it was the big commitment, and successfully so, coming out of Dizzy that stole it.
And that is something relatively newly discovered. I think it's only a month or two old. The fact that she can cancel her ring into Fatal Blow, making it not an immediate mix-up off of back one, but both options into Onion Ring canceled. Mid-screen can't connect into Fatal Blow. So there's that one extra move that gives you the hit confirm ability rather than the YOLO ability of that back one mix-up. Yep. All right, Ducky. I don't think anyone got that reference. Jeez.
Oh, where everybody else is too young for that.
I don't think anyone got that one. Is he up 2-0 here?
Talking about the stream before time right now.
Ooh. Dinosaur.
Oh no, we're punished. Could have goes in with the low. Very nicely done and mixing up, man. Dizzy is just playing so well. Again, tried it. And you know what? Again, and I think Dizzy's got the same scope. Those teleports have all come when Gui Exceptional is below the 30% health marker. All of them have come like that.
And once again, Dizzy not throwing a mix-up here on Wake Up, which is I'm gonna say a good thing because he's caught Gui maybe waking up low buttons, maybe waking up jumps. He's caught him with the active mids that he's O-keying with, rather than the back one mix-up, which can get low profiled by these buttons.
Ooh. Is that Earthshaker? What's going on there? No buttons. Look at these. I mean, I'm talking about from Dizzy. Meanwhile, on Gui Exceptional side, buttons just a mile a minute. Punish! Yes. Finally, the full commitment. People told me that those option stacks were going to be game breaking. You know, Aquaman. Did you hear about those?
I did, and
I heard that Sonya was going to get a safe 50-50 because of them, but we'll see.
I mean, listen.
I mean,
find,
in all honesty, they're not that hard.
Okay, listen, blow me up if you want.
Yeah.
I find that our overall player base wants to think as little as possible.
Well, then you should do the option selects. By the way, I was gonna say, I feel like they're very strong and they're actually not that difficult. You should do them.
You're right, but it requires thought to learn.
Try to. Yeah, I mean, again, with low life, that's the name of the game, it seems. But now he's got a chance for pressure. Threatened to hop, and instead it was wake up button from Dizzy. What else would it be? He's been so buttonsy and so successful.
There it is. Put out the down three, see it hit, back one 50-50. That's exactly what the final kill came down to. Getting the hit and him guessing wrong off the back one. And 3-0 Dizzy TT moving along. Gui Exceptional, though, putting on a wonderful performance throughout this entire tournament. Representing Brazil strong. He's gonna go out at 5th place.
We talked about it before. Dizzy is coming into this ranked 8th overall in points. He'll certainly move up above at least Rewind, who's only 5 points ahead of him coming into this. So I mean, he has a chance to end up top 5 in the world in terms of points. So he's definitely one of the best on earth. But the way that Gui Exceptional played previously in the tournament and at the beginning of this set as well, you know, I just want to give major props to him. I was super impressed at the Scorpion play. I liked a lot of what he did.
Very good stuff, getting 5th out of 165 entrants, which was, I honestly want to say, on paper, a lot more than expected at this event. So once again, just another shout out to the community for showing up and just showing us, because they do like to say that scene down there's a lot bigger than we from the outside looking in perceive. And I think that they're really proving it to us. 160-man bracket this late into the pro competition is very impressive looking at some of the previous ones. And, you know, look at DreamHack Montreal, Viennality, and Ireland back-to-back, even though in farther locations, just like Brazil is able to perform numbers-wise better than, I think, all 3 of those events. That's pretty dang impressive.
I mean, years ago, I didn't know about scenes in other countries to the same degree. I mean, we heard about them, like they were on Test Your Might and stuff, but we just didn't see them often enough. It's been many years now, though, that we all know that the scene is very strong in Europe, has a very strong scene. Latin America clearly is a very strong scene. There are scenes all over the world, and it's great that we have a tournament in this location that lets us see that. And that also lets me tour around lovely Sao Paulo, Brazil, for example, in this football stadium. Oh, now I'm at a church.
Nope. Yeah, let's say, wait a minute.
Cool.
David's
cool back
David's
here.
getting around back there. I am
Sao Paulo Cathedral
in my apartment, enjoying this Mortal Kombat action.
Well, I'm enjoying it as well as I float through space in the middle of Sao Paulo.
Space, time, and everything in between. No, this has just been a great tournament. You guys watching yesterday, pools were awesome. Seeing the crowd, you know a crowd is into it when no one cares that there's no chairs around. I think that if you can get a crowd of people around a game where there's no chairs, says a lot, because we know how lazy us as a human race are.
It's true. It's true.
When it comes to that, they were all sitting on the ground. It was awesome. It looks like a full-blown arena today. If you were looking at some of the shots on the Brazil Game Show feed, which you guys can check out as well. They got some amazing crowd shots. They got the little spider cam going overneath the crowd, showcasing everything. And here we go.
Yep, this is going to be another battle of two Brazilian players. You got Mr. Bruno and you got Conqueror now.
Who maybe
and I don't care what the game is. It's going to be a strong Brazilian crowd, Aquaman. I mean, any fighting game, any video game, any sport, it doesn't matter. That country has crowds that show up.
They're naturally passionate. Like, they just have a passion for things that I think other teams can learn from. And this is going to be, even though our third Sonya Blade of this top 8, no holds barred. We got ourselves a specialist here. And I had to add that last matchup was the only 3-0 so far in this top 8. Every first rounder went 3-1 on winners and losers.
Interesting.
Which is pretty rare.
Oh, no! Didn't commit. Overhead only. And I wonder, too, I mean, if anybody in the chat knows, please help me out. I don't know where in Brazil these players are from and how often they get a chance to play against each other, but I'd love to have a little bit more info on that if anybody knows.
That was beat-ass nuts.
I don't even know what Sonya just said.
Thanks, Rhonda.
I don't even know what you just said.
I'm not sure either. Alright, 6 right now.
Ooh, staggers one, too. That's a quick one, too. Short hops again, all over the place. They love to
right? Yeah.
Especially Sonya, because they're up 3. That's going to go over it. I think they're doing that as some anti-Sonya plays.
Well, that was probably supposed to have been flawless block option select right there, which you can do. Trying to just control the stage. Ooh, outside of the range right there. I really like the spot that Bruno's trying to hold on to. No, that's what I'm talking about, man. Flawless blocking the jump kick. No confirm, but still damage. Gets the knockdown here. Ooh. Okay, came in with a huge one, and of course the break comes instantly.
I am so surprised that he let him break away right there. Could have easily. Oh my goodness!
The string was just dropped. I mean, no other way to put it. Just missed the string. That's really it.
Could have easily done a neutral punch. Kept him grounded there. 50-50 or throw. That became a 33-33 situation for the round rather than breakaway and options to do exactly what he just did, because if that fatal blow would have won, heartbreak. Absolute heartbreak. This added jump normal has been pretty effective.
Yeah, I know, right? It really has.
This little jump multi-kick coming with a low crush from downtown, too.
Not quite there.
That thing sucks in other normals. That is one of the worst feelings against Sonya Blade, is seeing you just get enveloped by this character.
Yo, jumping and then into forward two like that, there were any number of frames where Bruno could have pressed the button. He just didn't think he should have. What a read by
Conqueror, too. Down 3, down 1.
No, he even just regular safe jump? I mean, empty safe jump right there. Conqueror and Bruno. I feel like these guys must play against each other a lot. Let me check the chat. Is there any intel we got here? Because just the things that they did, I feel like is like stuff that you would only do if you played against the other person a lot.
Yeah. They were trying to...
that means it's a big 1-0 for like, Conqueror.
With Conqueror, a lot of like down 3s or down 1s that were blocked, where he did it again. You know, maybe a lot of familiarity with Bruno trying to reversal the stand 1. You know, little micro things like that you wouldn't believe. come in handy against people that you play a lot. But it really does. When you pick up on a tendency, you can really exploit it like that. Another short hop, David. I know you're excited.
Another short hop. Another short hop. Yeah. And both of these characters have really good down 3 or down 1s. I mean, they go to their low pokes a lot, so I like that. I think that makes sense. By the way, news from Mindful. Both Conqueror and Bruno are from Sao Paulo, but they don't get to compete against each other too often because they don't have a well-established FGC. Well, I mean,
wow.
you know, I don't know about the organizational aspect of it down there, but I can tell you the talent is clearly there.
These are hometown heroes. They're active. The event that we are in right now, Sao Paulo, Brazil, baby. It's Bruno fighting back in this matchup as Conqueror does have the 1-0 lead. No fear. Dash up, mix up. No breakaway. Oh,
no drop!
Another cross block and a jumping as well.
Directly into that.
But it probably had an input too, right? David just didn't have the defensive bar.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Oh, you just can't trade like that.
You lack patience.
At the same time, you can't give up on the zoning aspect entirely when you're at range. It's always a fine little line that you're trying to walk against at a winter sub. You know that he could do the, you know, amplified ice ball. You know he could do regular one even and get a trade. But you can't give up on you can't give up on that, or else you let him in, you let him walk all over you.
Ooh. I like the movement out of Conqueror until he moves right into the overhead of Sonya Blade. Good call to the stagger to stand 1. And beautiful pickup!
Oh, not quite there.
That's what we saw in his last match from Conqueror. Nice little pickups into the ice balls. Not losing on any damage that his opponent gives him.
Look at this back and forth. And I love Bruno just jumped out. He did not want to see what was coming there. He just, get me out of here.
That was a walk back and a dash up mix up, baby. Woo! That barely whiffed. That axe was behind Sonya her entire travel time up.
Yeah. Yes. Oh no! Oh, well. The defense, the blocking, both sides now.
Getting into fatal blow territory.
There it is. No! Oh, you blocked just in time. I thought that was gonna hit it for sure. Look how tentative.
Whoa!
Punish, not quite. Punish, not quite. Oh my God, both sides.
What was the fatal blow?
Wait, there are all these chances. The time. Where did it go?
Not like this. That was just impatience out of Bruno. You know, heard the timer ticking. Even though it had the health lead, bet it all. Wanted to end it now. Didn't even want to wait those 10 seconds.
At some point, you gotta make it happen, but, you know, Okay, first overhead in a while. Up 3, interesting. Oh, that makes sense. I guess if she had pressed buttons afterward, yeah, for sure.
Here we go, coast to coast, corner to corner, out of the corner. Interesting choice there by Bruno. That's where a lot of his success has been. Oh no!
Getting out on the mattress.
Thought he was gonna continue to whiff. Instead, took the roundhouse for the job.
No! Oh my God. The timing, I keep getting so concerned that that's not working. Oh, tried to! Just a few more frames earlier, and that would have worked. The armor would have activated, but it wasn't there in time. That's, I think, a 26 frame startup move. It's not actually that fast, but still, in a very tense moment like this, you can really allow for a little bit of delay, I would think.
We're splitting a little bit. Bruno, that almost cost him again to put himself match point down. We'll take the round. That's still comboed. A lot of hits done on that jump kick that he did. What? Interesting offensive approach there by Conqueror. He did 3 lows and then just the mid in the down 1.
End of the line.
Feigned a little bit of pressure. Oh, comes in. I
love this movement by Conqueror. Just the ins and outs, the little micro decisions that he makes. Ooh! I say that right as he makes the decision to eat an onion ring to the mouth and send us to a game 4. and another 3-0 stop.
Well, there's no 3-0 again.
Only one so far has transpired.
Yeah, could be 3-1 yet again.
That goes to show you guys the level of competition here. Such an interesting normal.
And by the way, a few people have said. I just want to say a few people in the chat have said that these guys play online a lot. That makes sense too.
Mix up here, keeps it simple. There's Bruno. Ooh! Throwing out some forbidden strings. I don't even know what that was. Oh, you can see Conqueror on the offense though. Up for blood, doesn't get the pickup. And I noticed that the past 2 times that he's gotten those anti-air normals, hasn't had the pickup like he had previously. Jimmy with punish gets it this time. Did the amplify kind of? Oh no! Has a whiff confirmed just in case.
Not dead yet. Rolls out into the low, and it is enough. It just barely, but it is enough.
Round 2, fight.
Yo, he flawless blocked. Are you serious? That's actually sick because the start timing into button is almost always the same timing. So okay, I'm gonna start doing that. That makes total sense to me. Genius.
And that was literal micro movement coming out of Conqueror there.
Oh no! The trades are always in his favor.
No breakaway out of Bruno either. Just gonna take the damage of the corner carry. Fight his way out with the rings. Another one. Woo! That has a deceptive hitbox. I got hit right there. I thought it was whipping.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
let go of block. Oof.
Okay.
That was fellow card to deal with. Just like that, Bruno, a hit away from sending us to our first game 5 of the top 8, ladies and gentlemen.
Commitment! What a tech.
Wait.
Now here comes Conqueror.
Wait a minute.
And he does cash
Wait a
out
minute,
on the...
chat.
Wow, that's a lot.
50-50 fatal blow. Is it coming? No, another onion ring. Our first game 5 of the top 8.
Can we talk about the variation-specific jump kick doing so much work? I mean, seriously. It's super nice to have a jump kick at that angle with that hitbox that you can combo off normally as if it were a jump punch. That's really cool. I feel like I see this variation so rarely.
Round 1, fight.
Liking what I'm seeing too. Still has all the tools. All the tools, the base tools are still there. And something that even I myself, you know, as a caster, like sit back and try to make decisions on our own, you know. And like I would have gotten hit, and I'm like, okay, now I understand why I got hit, because I would have done this. First game 5, ladies and gentlemen. The hype brought to us by the 2 Brazilians, Bruno and Conqueror, from the city themselves.
Commitment! Woof. Oh, did you wake up with back one to get out of that jump? I'd love to think so. I want to believe that was on purpose.
100%.
Oh yeah, you can really get the sense Mr. Bruno needs to make something happen. Oh, Conqueror's trying to block, trying to play this defense. There's an angry Sonya in his face, trying them all.
And there is beautiful dash underneath the onion ring.
claws are out.
Down 4. Could have again needs to be careful of the dash up mix up. And just spacing perfect with his down 4 says, "You're not approaching me, little lady. Stay over there. Stay over there."
I like the idea with the little, I think it's 4-3 to get over. I like the idea of that, just wasn't the right timing. Okay, nice.
Woo!
And up punish. That's part of why you see those hops so rarely. They're all negative.
Very negative, and he may have intentionally done that to try to blow up a poke, because how often has this meta kind of developed? How often do people press pokes after blocking and jumping because of their negativity, especially when blocked that high?
Yep.
The dash up, aggression out of Conqueror here. He's smelling blood in the water. It's the shark from Brazil.
Whoa! All right, that one interrupted. Mr. Bruno's got better pressure. Gotta be worried about that
reaction.
control right here. Yes, it comes. Oh no!
Stand for
If only he'd
fatal.
been able to
He
hear
is
me warn him from across the sea.
absolutely dead. This axe of
Oh,
death
absolutely
on
dead.
the final
It's over.
swing is 700 damage itself.
It's
Game
over. 100%,
blouses
dude.
Conqueror 3-2 over Bruno. Moving along. Bruno, congratulations. Gonna go out at 5th place, and Conqueror is gonna move along to face Dizzy TT in the losers semi-final. And coming up next, we have the winners finals. That I expect that crowd to erupt. You see the crowd kind of going crazy right there.
Yeah.
For Conqueror getting the W, and for Bruno on his way out of this tournament, getting 5th out of, again, 165 entrants here at Brazil Game Show. But I think that this is where they're going to get crazy. Knocking on
great
potential
stuff
grand final door is Shinnok.
Yeah, Bruno has been around for a long time in the scene. People in the chat were saying that he was actually the guy who introduced Killer Shinnok into the scene in the first place back in MK9. If so, that is deep lore and very cool to know that both of them are still up there in the absolute top echelon of the Brazilian scene and international scene, no less, to do as well as they have done this weekend. Very, very nice. Take a look at the bracket here. So you got the top 4, Tekken Master and Killer Shinnok, which is coming up to the stage. We'll get that shortly. Then Dizzy TT and Conqueror are your remaining in the losers. And this could go any number of ways. There could still be 2 non-Brazilian players in the grand finals, but there could also be 2 Brazilian players in the grand finals. Anything could happen when it comes to that. All depends on what happens in the next couple matches here.
What is going to transpire here? Winners finals, losers semis. Our top 4 action is on the way. Either way, Brazil guaranteed top 3, and you see a Brazilian every step of the way here in this bracket. And you know, out of the number of people that enter this tournament, out of the number of people that travel to this tournament, I think that the strength is definitely there to prevent some strong players, some very strong players that went down there from even getting top 8, from even getting top 16, like we saw with Forever King, Infinity, and Gur. And how many of the biggest tournaments on the planet that have ever happened for Mortal Kombat 11 have we seen those guys perform exceptionally well? For Gur, to I believe he got 9th at Evolution, which was like 9,000 people. No, it wasn't that many people. But you know,
1,500 or so. Like, it was a lot.
Yeah. There was like 1,700-ish, give or take. There for Mortal Kombat 11, and he got 9th there. Goes down to Brazil, gets 9th without any of the without 90%. 99% of the pro competition that's already in the points there in his way, right? It was mostly this scene, this community of South America in his way, and they performed well enough to kind of again that shows someone like me the strength of the community when someone like him has that kind of performance there. That's how we can kind of judge things looking back as well as looking forward.
And these standings are being updated live. Oh, are we into it now? Let's see if this is a match. Oh, looks like this is the real one. Wait,
is this it? They are not. This does not look like a button check. It looks like they are.
I think this is the real match right here. I think it's the second match for Sonya, and it is again Killer Shinnok. Oh my God, who busts on through and immediately hit a fatal to take the round, by the way, for sure. Using Baraka, Killer Shinnok. This does an absolute grip. It's about 50%, to be honest. Didn't even need that much.
Honestly, like small work for Baraka at the end of the day. To only hit for 416, I mean, I'm kind of disappointed.
Fight.
Yeah. Are you saying that you should be able to cancel into gutted and combo after the forward 4 crushing blow? Because I mean, I'm down. If that's what you want, Aquaman, if that's what you're asking for.
Yes.
Just a little chuckle. Okay, all right. Yeah. Both of them still good. Look how far he walked for that stand 1.
One thing I wanted to bring up too coming in this, David, was that Killer Shinnok had the ultimate Sonya. Oh!
You're dismissed.
He had the ultimate Sonya Blade warm-up.
Had a rib cage and it's gone?
Yep, had it, gone. But he beat Dizzy TT, the other, I'd say, top Sonya Blade in the world right now. to get to this match. So he's warmed up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no doubt about it. Tekken Master, feigning it. Now this, I like the stand one idea. And you can really see Tekken Master's space control being a huge part of this. When Dizzy plays, it's not as often this kind of far space control. And another thing about Tekken Master style is that he's not afraid to take the risks. I mean, he's always been okay with the fact that a 50-50 means that he's going to lose it 50% of the time. You know, he has accepted that. He takes the round. I remember talking with him when he was playing Atrocitus a lot back in Injustice 2. And he was just like, look, man, the character is... sometimes you just gotta go in for the overhead low mix-up. You just have to do it.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, wow, okay, that's risky, but he of course was one of the best players in the world, and that's the style.
That's inherently almost any character, you know. If you play a character 100% safe, and I give you a great example as someone who had that mentality. Samish back in the day never took a risk ever. Right. And even though he was incredibly solid and got his damage off of whiff punishes or anti-air, something like that, in games where those were harder to do on command, like it was with Lena and MKX, he had to make adjustments. He had to get more aggressive. He started taking the risks too, and now we see him going crazy.
Can we talk about the spacing that Tekken Master has had with these anti-air Mike Watson fireballs? These are actually ridiculous, that he's been able to call out exactly when Killer Shinnok is going to jump and put himself at exactly the right spot on screen where he can anti-air. That's already happened half a dozen times in this match, and it's not easy to do. It's not an accident. It's him putting himself at exactly the right spot.
And a major difference from the match with Dizzy TT, where he kept empty jumping in ranges, you know, where the buttons would whiff. Oh, speaking of.
Bends it.
Too far! But yeah, just spaced a little bit better.
Oh, this could be the round. Should be the round!
But all it takes is one.
That's the thing, everybody. I mean, it's not just about zoning. Zoning doesn't do a lot of damage each time. That's just, well, okay, maybe that crushing blow aside on Sonya. But for the most part, that's true. And yet, when a character like Baraka gets in, you can see how quickly Killer Shinnok can even up or even take a round. Yeah, that crushing blow's pretty good, I would say. Patience! Oh, interrupted! Gotta spend it 2 defensive bars. They're gone, surely, yes.
I know that didn't
Rough right there. Oh, this has gotta be it! No! The huge drop! Oh! Now Killer Shinnok has the life lead, and he's got these great blade sparks. Blocks it!
Looking for the hit, confirm his Tekken Master. Chip territory away!
Oh my God!
And that was about guaranteed.
Wow.
What that forward four was in his space into the chop, the chip out. Beautifully executed for Killer Shinnok. And this has been a battle of wits, of patience, of everything. This is great Mortal Kombat 11. Killer Shinnok fighting through the arsenal, pun intended, of Sonya Blade to work his way in, to get those hits. Oof.
Again, that is not an accidental anti-air right there. That is Tekken Master putting himself at the right spot, thinking 2 seconds in advance as to when Killer Shinnok is going to jump, and then getting it absolutely right. That's part of why I find zoning so interesting. You have to think in the future to make that stuff work. It is not something you just stick out.
And if you think about it, what's crazy is what he has to execute to do that. He has to make that decision to micro hold that ring in a situation. Now, Killer Shinnok is not out of this. With that breakaway gone, he needs 2 solid hits here.
Oh, chance! Not quite there. And there's Sonya. Now, not a punish, but still, Killer Shinnok. I'm not actually sure what he did to get hit by a stand 1 in that situation.
You know, at -7, he may have just got caught swinging. Now, how different that would have been if he just gotten a down 2 out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like if you're gonna swing in that situation, it's usually down 2. Yeah. But oh well.
Maybe he swung with the 1-1-2, looking for something confirmable. That was unsafe. That overhead, I'm 5% sure.
The 1-2-2? Nah. Nah. I don't think Baraka has a single punishable string, to be honest. Maybe he has one.
Nah.
Yeah, nah.
And Killer Shinnok, no matter how badly he loses a round, he's gotten the next one. Like he's been in every single match so far. That's why we're at 1-1. Never mind.
The micro duck. That's what I'm talking about.
And that's a rare one to see from Baraka as well.
Yeah, it's true.
To get just a clean punish of the strength.
Dude, the micro. I feel like his character wave dashed through it.
He micro ducked that
Look
ring.
at oh my god, that's so sick right there.
See. I'm done. Is he Neo? Is he the one?
Yo, he phased through it. Oh, the damage is coming. Next one will be for the kill for sure. Oh, huge one.
Oh, the confirmation of the ring.
Yikes.
That is going to be all she wrote for the game. Oh, he's alive. I thought for sure.
No. Oh, the jump. And of course, what else would it be but falling on a ring? Even at that far range, Killer Shinnok must have thought, okay, you've been anti-airing me close, but I'm going to jump from far in order to gain some space. And that wasn't good enough either. Tekken Master, again, is thinking in the future when it comes to losing.
I never thought that I would be so impressed by the way someone pressed down and up as quickly as they did. That's what we saw against the zoning there, Tekken Master.
Got him, finally.
But how quickly does that set up your forward movement? Afterwards, another short hop mix-up trying to come in.
There have been so many back 3 lows, and I'm surprised the Tekken Master on reaction still had the high block. I mean, very strong play.
Likewise. Outside of
As Killer Shinnok phases through.
Back to another anti-air ring. Tried to react a little early there. The down 2's coming out.
Tekken Master is making quick work right here. He's at match point.
Round 2, fight.
They told me that she wasn't high tier anymore. That's what they said. I read that on Twitter.
I know. Woo-hoo-hoo! Boy, does that extended jump and get you trying to anti-air from so far away or trying to get you.
Yo, that was
thinking he's gonna whip.
Fake. Also, by the way, I believe he's doing.
Okay. I'm done. That was ridiculous. Shinnok. Again, it's almost as if the Brazilians. It's almost as if the Brazilians are playing a different meta, which I love to see.
Yeah. Well, that does happen sometimes. People develop local ideas.
You know,
very commonly in fighting game history, that different scenes, different countries have played differently. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, them as a whole see a mechanic and focus on it.
And finally, in the kick confirmed.
Double match point. Oh, sorry, not match point. Oof, I thought we were 2-all. Oh, I was about to freak out. All right, this is to get Killer Shinnok to a potential game number 5 here.
Also a big deal.
It's been so close.
It has. It's been an amazing set. The throw, finally. I feel like that's the first time I've seen that out of Tekken Master in this set. First time we've seen that for sure, and Tekken Master jumped over it.
Takes a 70% health lead here on what is match point for Tekken Master to make grand finals. And you know, once again, kind of completing the circle as to why he made the trip in the first place. To secure the bag. To secure the points. What an interruption, though. This should force the breakaway. And now he can't get hit at all, David.
Yeah, the next hit is for the round. Next hit is for the game. But the hit comes, there's no meter.
Breakaway. Woo!
What?
Trying to get the fatal blow.
What'll it be? Oh my god, I'm freaking out.
I'm so done. That he tried to get him to fatal blow by any means necessary there. And then I think that he actually got into Killer Shinnok's head right there. Shinnok overthought it and just held a mix up right there. I can't believe Tekken Master just literally had a war of attrition with his mind.
How could you not overthink that when she is, I mean, essentially teabagging right there? It's not teabagging in the way that is just for disrespect. It is definitely to make the opponent think
button.
That, press something, commit. Have a catwalk around.
There you go. Yeah, that was really impressive. Tekken Master played that the way that Tekken Master likes to play, that methodical, inside your opponent's head, just one step ahead, like you were talking about, even with the zoning throughout what it felt like throughout the entire set. That could have easily gone the distance. That was winners finals, ladies and gentlemen. Tekken Master will be your winners side grand finals. Who is going to meet him there, though? That is the question.
Come here, buddy.
As David is struggling over there.
I am. I just want to reiterate, man, that gets me so hyped to see somebody zone in that way with exactly that right spacing, exactly that timing on the anti-air so often. And then at the same time, also, I think super exciting to watch somebody navigate that minefield and get in as often as Killer Shinnok actually did in that set and do the big damage when he had those opportunities.
Absolutely.
I like it a lot.
So, just to give you guys an update, Dizzy has jumped up already 2 spots in the points. He has now jumped up above Deoxys and Rewind. He has jumped over both UYU boys back to back to put himself in 6th place just with his performance so far, and is only 15 points behind Hayate. So I think if he gets another win here, which would guarantee him second, there'll be a 30-point difference. So let me relook.
Yeah, these points are actually being updated live.
That would jump him to 5th, and that would really secure Dizzy TT for 4 final combat, I think. With
well, Killer Shinnok.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Killer Shinnok is currently at 230
himself
because of this. Yeah,
just from this
Killer
tournament,
Shinnok, basically because of this tournament, is
0.
at 19th overall.
He walked in with 0 points
just from this weekend. Yeah, exactly. So he needs to basically get a win. But he's obviously still in there. Now this was moving on to the next match here, which of course is going to be Dizzy TT versus Conqueror. And man, we've seen Dizzy definitely march through people, but Killer Shinnok sent him to the loser's side. Let's see what Conqueror can do about it as they're checking buttons, I guess.
And how big would that be for someone like Killer Shinnok to perform so well at your home event? And I believe that he is booked for ECT, so potentially going to ECT, getting a massive performance. What a miracle shot that would be. A miracle slingshot of 2 events back-to-back to go from 0 to final combat. And how upsetting would that be for everyone that grinded throughout the entire series? But that just goes to speak volumes of Killer Shinnok's performance. And he could easily be on the grand finals winner's side.
Sure.
And he's already gotten the victory. He's already gotten the victory over Dizzy. Exactly. He's already gotten the victory over Dizzy. Conqueror, on the other hand, is going to be playing the wild card here, I think. Who put Conqueror in the losers? I'm actually going to take a look real quick.
It was Killer Shinnok, actually.
Ooh, it was close 2-1.
In order to qualify for top 8. It was 2-1, yeah.
I think that also
Yes.
says how strong the competition was here. 3 of the matches in the winner's side for top 8 went to a final round.
That's true. Oh, whiffed it. And Dizzy takes decent advantage of it right there, 228. Staying away, yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna say, I feel like he was navigating that right there pretty well, and then all of a sudden he got hit. Unfortunately, the mix-up, that's the name of the game. And punish? Okay, just the same on Disney's side.
Next hit in the ice ball can kill, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. We are on kill
Oh,
territory.
yeah, absolutely. Trying to swing it. No. Big old back 2 attempts.
What did we talk about earlier right there? Throwing out those low pokes, seeing a hit, and swinging. Just swing when you see a poke hit.
I really like Conqueror's position right here. He's at a spot. Well, he was anyway. He overcommits maybe a little bit. Disney now's backing off. What'll he do? Very patient style, whatever it was. Not exactly offense, not exactly defense out of Disney right there, but it was patience. Oh,
up here, below. Excellent confirmation too, and just cashing out with all of the damage. 40% for the bar. Excellent stuff there to Dizzy. He is
Conqueror needs to get every hit right here.
Dizzy has
even this chip is a big problem for him.
Excellent percentage of the blocks on the back release and the 4-2s. Perfect timing on the breakaway, and just shimmied by those double kicks. That mid coming so quick. Trying to
And that
press
was
the
really,
button
really
into
fast
the
reactions by Dizzy to do the breakaway right there. Super key moment that he went into it. I think that Conqueror just didn't expect that there would be such a fast breakaway, hence the ice ball. As soon as that ice ball whiffed, that was Dizzy's turn to move, and he sailed it.
Conqueror's had a really similar approach to how he's playing it than he was against Bruno. You know, against these rings, looking for a lot of dash up down fours underneath. They have been working out. Hasn't gotten the damage off of the reads like that, though, because of Dizzy's defense. You know, a lot of these back threes simply are not working out. The 4-2s, not working out. He's struggled opening up Dizzy. So as offensive as he's been, the defense, I think, is what saved him from the comebacks.
Oh, Dizzy's got the corner again. Oh! Then does let it rock. Oh, didn't expect that to hit.
That's a string of
Again,
sub-zeros.
very
That's
fast breakaway.
kind of toss-outable, too. Not a lot of people expect, you know, that string to finish. And I believe it's only -6. It's relatively safe. -6, -4, somewhere in there.
Ooh, lovely dash up right there with the low Conqueror's
just
in
gotta
there.
take
Yeah,
it.
he's gonna spend it.
I agree.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
it? Well,
yeah.
given to you.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. You know, Conqueror, although he's done a game here, still absolutely one of the best players of the weekend. Extremely strong stuff. You cannot count him out. I don't think anybody would discredit him. There's a chance. Yep, and again, he wins all trades.
As you try to find that magical sweet spot to get that to whip just enough to get the quick rise buttons on the punish. But wasn't there. Beautifully baited by Conqueror there with the back dash. Having the back three ready on the trip guard. Rewarded for 400 damage and a side switch to the corner. Dizzy trying to side switch right there if you saw the jump kick. Didn't get the first time, but says F it, I'm going to do it again anyway.
Tried to sweep this guy clean up Sonya's right there, but she just managed to get underneath. Oh my god, it's sickening, dude! There was more.
Final round.
There was more available.
Fight.
Just didn't need it. Threatening.
Right there.
Oh, what a jump. Flawless block with nothing else.
Got the counter hit me. He's like,
Not a punish, but
Yep.
Dizzy's turn to move.
counter press. Woo!
Yo, that was legit right there. What a hiccup.
Was off of a stand 2 anti-air.
It was.
Little palm strike of Sub-Zero. Oh, thought I was gonna whiff.
Low.
Or horizontal hot box. Horizontal hurt box being a little tricky. In the air. What's the mix up here on the ground? Oh my god!
Whoa, are you serious? What a call. You know, Dizzy is just so far ahead when it comes to these mix-ups. Again, I have a lot of respect for Conqueror, and yet Dizzy, it feels like he's been able to guess right so often. And again, jump kick to take it. It's 2-0. Wow, that was so good. And by the way, you know what was really cool to watch right now? Is how different the style is between Dizzy and the Tekken Master Sonya that we just saw a little bit ago, which was much more zoning heavy. And when it went in, was very risky. Whereas for Dizzy, it's not quite as zony. It's a little bit more at like Footsie's range. And when he's up close, it's rarely quite as risky. You can really see a lot of player expression here, I think. As it's 2-0 Dizzy.
Yep, this is 2-0 Dizzy. And you're right. It's almost like Tekken Master is this veteran hunter, right? He waits for his prey and looks for his moment to strike. Very methodically, and like, you know, his risks are calculated. You know, they're not wild.
Had to take a risk on that one. That overhead right there.
I think Conqueror's gonna have to get pretty risky
Punish
here.
this.
The back three, that looked like it was a hit confirm, although it didn't have to come up the bar. It's gonna come up the damage though.
It's not enough still, and then the jump.
Oh,
is this gonna take it even after Conqueror spent the crushing blow?
How many instant jump normals are gonna save Dizzy? Last round it happened. This round it happened. Instant jump
It's
one,
just extremely strong quality of reads.
Fight.
which are a lot quicker than people realize. I don't know the average or frame data here, but going back multiple versions or multiple games that NRS has put out, they've been on the quicker side as far as becoming active. So you can do an instant jump normal, have something active in like 6 frames, and it's so good at meeting anything in the air.
Yeah, Sonya's jump 1 is 8 frames and jump 2 is 7 frames. That's right, I have that frame data memorized.
Woo!
On combatacademy.com.
On the training mode of the Nintendo
cool.
Switch.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, here you go. No, input error or something for Conqueror as well. He manages to take it, and then I love that he ended it with a down 2. Just don't even think about what the potential errors could be. You know, just here's the damaging button. I'm not going to take any risk that my strings will come out. Again, there's this very mid-rangey to approach-heavy style out of Sonya from Dizzy. Quite different than Tekken Master.
Yeah, he has moments. He has moments where he zones, but he likes to use the zoning to get in. It feels like.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's not that he's not doing rings.
Ring dash.
The intention of those rings is very different.
Yeah, he's followed up a lot more with forward movement rather than back.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. That said, Conqueror, big life lead, trying to get out of the corner. There's no fatal. It's already been spent.
And
ready there.
Attack there. Ooh.
Now Dizzy
Not there looking for the
needs to
50-50 off the
make something happen here.
backwood.
It can't just be the zone. Trying to make something happen. Lack of resources, though. To be fair, Dizzy's made already a pretty big comeback with individual hits. No big combo, individual hits have worked.
Oh no, just bullying him with the buttons right now.
Neutral jump and then
rolling back. No, that is Dizzy getting a taste of his own medicine right there, David. Just wake up, jump, button, win.
Yikes. Okay, Conqueror is still alive, still in there.
Dizzy had a really
holding
good
it up for the Brazilian scene, which I can only assume erupted and destroyed the roof with that game right there.
If they get two Brazilians in top 3, I mean...
Oh, come on. Forget about it. Gonna need to call the roofers immediately. Just have them on standby.
I really like how Dizzy controlled into that match, too. He was just in that zone, you know, of everything working out. And for Conqueror, luckily got out, established neutral jump to escape the pressure, because it was on from Dizzy.
Well, unfortunately, Conqueror didn't get a follow-up right there. That could have been big for him. He did make a nice read. Whip punish? Yes! The Landsies coming into play. Conqueror's in there. He's got the knockdown. This is exactly where he wants to be right now. Roll! Ooh, a gutsy back grab comes out of Dizzy. Now, he's got the corner just like that.
Oh, no defensive bar either.
Uh-oh.
Woo! That was a game of the combo!
What? Dizzy. All right.
I mean, did he just say... That was the quickest decision to take a risk, too. He was like, I dropped it. 50-50. Like, he actually did it quicker than I could say it in a sentence.
Right, yeah. So it's match point Dizzy.
No hesitation. And that hesitation can get you killed. And you just saw a complete lack of it. That was beautiful about a Dizzy. Could have got him killed. But you know what? Beautiful. Why? Because it worked.
Very nice school right there. Getting the knockdown. Dizzy gets to go in if he wants. He doesn't want. He just wants to be at that mid-range yet again. Oh, that's so good. What reactions right there. Not just that Sonya can move fast in the sky like that, but also that Dizzy has the reactions to make that happen.
Ooh, sit back down. Mama Blade said that forward 4 to Dizzy. And that's got him so many times.
No. Oh, it's every single match that hits. Oh, here we go. Conqueror gets it. He goes directly into Fatal Blow for big damage. Now, you said this last act was 1,000 damage? Not enough.
A lot. Not enough.
The tech, he was ready? Oh, man.
Is this gonna cost him everything here?
Here's a huge chance on the whip punish. No, he didn't take it. And it's the grab, and Dizzy will get it. Oh,
3
that
to
moment
1.
right there. The whip punish opportunity for Conqueror and didn't take it. It's hard to be too critical. You know, that's such a tense moment. You can't get everything, but boy, if he had, could have been a different story.
Dizzy with that secures the fifth place spot on the pro competition, I believe, over Hayate. Yeah, he's going to overtake 5th position for Conqueror there. I almost want to see him if he watches that back at the end there, right? He got the freeze. He's got fatal blow. It's not going to kill. But one more mix-up if he would have utilized that hit stun off of the freeze, put some hit stun on the screen with like a stand 2 or something, and then bet it all 50-50 fatal blow to try to end it there. I think may have been the smarter option. But that's the risk that we take, and those are the decisions that we make. Because if that doesn't work, you look, foolish as well.
That's true. Well, you know what? Shout outs to Conqueror, who just because of this weekend has now vaulted himself into 22nd in the overall points. Oh no, 21st, excuse me, in the overall points for 200 points overall. I mean, unfortunately that's not going to be enough, but still excellent showing. Hard to do, and understandably why it doesn't happen quite as often, but I'd love to see him and the other Brazilian players come out to other parts of the world. Again, practicality of it, visa issues as well. Like there's a bunch of stuff that could be a problem there, but I'm very happy that we at least have this chance at the Brazil Game Show to see him and the other players from South America extremely strong.
That's right. There's still one left in the bracket. Is Killer Shinnok. He gets the run back with Dizzy TT on the winner's side. Did take it 3-1 in what was an upset from Shinnok. I mean, look at how high Dizzy's ranked right now in the pro competition, standing his ground. And guys, we have 2 matches left to go, but more Mortal Kombat along the way. We are going to take a quick break before we get into losers finals and grand finals, so don't go anywhere. And this week we are throwing back to a band straight out of Brazil, none other than Sepultura from the Roadrunner archives. Refuse, Resist is one of the official theme songs of Brazil Game Show. Don't go anywhere.
explain to me what the hell is going on? It is insane.
And now a taste of things to come.
We defend Kronika as she rewrites history.
Yippee-ki-yay, right?
This week, we're throwing back to a band straight from the heart of Brazil and the Roadrunner archives, Sepultura. Roots, Bloody Roots is one of your official theme songs of the Brazil Game Show.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Well, we're getting pretty close towards the end of this thing now, I would say. We got 2 matches left. We have our top 3 lined up.
Yes, we do. Coming up is going to be Killer Shinnok versus Dizzy TT in the run back of their winners semifinal match. My tie got a little discombobulated there in the break as I was moving around an awful lot. Anyways, hey, let's get back into this. 3-1 was that
I've
matchup.
been moving around
Killer
a lot
Shinnok
too.
versus Dizzy. You've been getting all around Sao Paulo apparently, and I'm very impressed because you haven't left the chair.
Well, that's what it looks like, that I haven't left the chair. In reality, I'm constantly running all over the place, hence the backgrounds here. Now, you said before, I want to take a little bit of issue with you. Although it's true that Dizzy has more points than Killer Shinnok, I'm not sure that I could say that Killer Shinnok beating Dizzy was an upset.
You're
really
right.
feel like these,
I thought about that too.
Killer Shinnok is so strong. I mean, you look at the points, naturally Dizzy has more, but he has also had more opportunities to gain
when
points.
It comes to pro competition,
I really think that Killer Shinnok is one of the best.
That's right. If you're familiar with the Mortal Kombat community, if you're familiar with the scene, that I would actually have to agree that that's not an upset, especially what we've seen out of Killer Shinnok when he's had the opportunities to compete. But when you look at that, the on paper of the pro competition, to go from coming into this event at 0 points and to take out someone like that, I think would be the on paper upset. But you're absolutely right. Killer Shinnok, the skill is there. He's shown, proven to us that he can compete with anybody. I mean, just look at his performance at Twitch Rivals, being the MVP of Twitch Rivals, by the way. We were absolutely, and I'm going to say this because I was there, and we got rocked by that Scorpion. We were so impressed with Killer Shinnok there.
Yeah.
And it's good to see him picking up where he left off.
No doubt about it. Yeah, he's, again, a very, very strong player. Unfortunately, we don't see him travel more often. I don't want to say he should. There's just reasons that that's impractical. But if that's impractical, then I'm at least very glad that we get a chance like this to see him compete against not just South American players, but also players from other continents as well. And in fact, the 2 remaining players, 3, I guess, are all from 3 different continents, right? You have Dizzy from Europe, you have Killer Shinnok from South America, and then you have Tekken Master from Western Asia.
And if you guys want to put things in perspective of just this performance here in correlation to the entire pro competition, that is, like 7 or 8 events prior to this, Killer Shinnok, if he wins this match, will pass Gur in points.
Was that Baraka versus Sub-Zero?
Round 1.
Sonya Blade.
Oh, no, okay.
This is the same matchup. So yeah, Killer Shinnok could pass Gur, who has been competing throughout the entire. What a conversion!
No, can we talk about that conversion for a second?
Never mind. I don't want to talk about what I was talking about before. That's irrelevant, apparently.
This man did anti-air stand 1 into sweep. Wow.
And of all of the things Baraka could have converted into, right? Of the billions of things that could have led to billions of damages, he's like, nah, man. Let me get this beautiful knockdown. And why Dizzy wants to bet that now? Wait a minute.
Yeah, very interesting.
Well, belief or
I mean, yeah, it worked, but typically you want to save that for a moment when it's going to be very consequential, and it's not yet certain that he'll be close enough to take this round. If he finds the next 2 hits, yeah, maybe so, but there's still a lot on the line here. Yeah, and he doesn't end up doing it. Very unfortunate for him. He won't have Fatal the next, at least 1 round or 2 rounds, depending if it goes that far.
Fight.
And I'm really curious to see how the approach of Shinnok works on Dizzy that didn't work on Tekken Master, right? Where he was a little more, zoning and spacing oriented and stayed out of the ranges that Killer Shinnok is finding himself in here against Dizzy. You notice that there's no back movement out of Dizzy on that full approach by Killer Shinnok. He put himself in that extended jump 1 distance. And it's Dizzy refusing to move backwards in these situations. I think that Tekken Master has shown him. Oh my goodness!
He just phased through
That's
the
through
ring.
a ring.
I think he
through the ring.
Talking about Superman 64 up on that stage right now.
Oh!
Oh,
And
just
now
gorgeous conversion.
I would just be shook. He has taken away all of my options, it seems, as Killer Shinnok. He's probably looking for flawless block right there
still actually is in
from what
there.
we've seen throughout this top 8. Fell for the counter poke.
Yeah, that was going to be down 1 into slash.
Shinnok actually didn't amplify that for the kill. I'm so impressed with what we saw out of Shinnok. I think it comes down to, you talked about how Tekken Master was able to zone him a lot more effectively. It's because he also moved backwards a lot more effectively and just more.
Yeah.
Every time Disney throws out a ring, he either maintains his neutral ground or moves forward. And Shinnok had something active there waiting for him or on the way almost every time.
Yeah, very interesting how the difference in player styles is making it
Effective.
self-known in this. Yeah, I mean it's very clear. It's very clear.
I think Disney's going to be thinking
Now,
a
I
lot
think what
right
we
here.
may be waiting for here is for Dizzy, to just think about what he needs to do differently. Because you're right. He didn't move backwards very often. He didn't control the screen quite as well. That's just not his MO for the most part.
There we
Maybe that
go.
walk back right there is him saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, you guys are
Wait a
right.
minute.
You guys from 5,000 miles north are right."
Oh, there we go. You see the walk backwards, and then looking for either the interrupt or the anti or the down 1. If this is just a tough spot to be, though.
Oh yeah,
Is
nobody
it the
wants
help
to
eight?
get- Here it is. Yeah, instantly gone. Absolutely. Yo! Oh, then the block. Okay, I'm impressed.
2 things to take away from this entire tournament, guys. These Brazilians love their flawless blocks on jump-ins and their short hops. This is becoming a Brazil thing to me.
Fight.
Woo.
Moving forward. Got the corner yet again. Oh, Dizzy tried. No, the drop. Very rarely seen. For a player who did stand 1 sweep in the game before. Okay, now here's ready.
Oh, had the false
No
block,
meter
but no
up,
no defensive.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he tried for
drop-
the big damage stuff. Not quite
Stand for
there.
1, 1,
A little bit
2.
more the link after that stand for.
That's okay. He's gonna get it here anyway. Keeps the corner. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah.
Final round. Fight.
Shout out to Killer Shinnok moving in with Kronika. Okay, controlling the stage a little bit. He does have very fast projectiles. This is one of the few matchups where his is slower.
And that's what's always been. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I mean, jeez. Well, does he go in or not here? Yeah. Oh, very slightly. It does though. Taking maybe a bit more risk. Now Dizzy has the corner.
And that's a lot of what he ran into against Tekken Master in the winners finals. That was a raw jump after the poke. That is a ballsy call out to do anything after getting hit by a Sonya Blade down 3. That jails into a back 1.
Oh, down 2.
That's going to be an anti this time around. Dizzy tired of holding these jump kicks as well. And gets him possibly going to jump out of the poke as well up to down 3. Right into the onion ring, getting the hit. Which does not combo. So that hits something that Shinnok tried.
I like that Dizzy did the down 2 right there. You can't always do down 1 because a character like Baraka with really different jump normals to throw at it can vary up his timing enough that he can either sort of stay over it or hit through it, depending on what the timing and button is. So if he's expecting to do a later button in the sky, then down 2 will hit him before that's an opportunity.
Round
So 1-1.
Fight.
Shinnok is starting off trying to move forward. Yet again. Dizzy backing off. Okay, I really like that we've seen more of this from Dizzy. I think that's much more effective.
And that's universally how I approach Baraka. Like, no matter the character, is that back off. His natural instinct is to go forward, and you can catch him slipping.
Oh, very nice pickup. Yeah, Baraka doesn't always need to do that. He's got these very far, fast buttons in this range right here, exactly like that. He has a fast projectile. It's just that in this matchup, okay, and he goes into it. Yes, I like this a lot. Cash it out. In this matchup in particular, he's up against a character with better projectiles than he has, and that kind of forces him to move a little bit more than you might in some other matchups. Oh, huge! Actually, the round.
No, he dropped it!
Are you serious?
He went from a miraculous comeback, miraculous, to just mistiming the 1-1-2. Didn't even believe in the heart of the cards, and going for like the optimal, the one he's probably dialed in to do actually, and dropped it early. Yeah. Oh no!
Oh, very unfortunate for him. Okay, well, Dizzy's fighting well from the corner. Absolutely out of there. Cancels. Oh well, there was no flawless up to blow up there. Yes, instantly as well. I feel like that down two was pressed as soon as Baraka left the floor. Yeah, and you can really see now, Dizzy is backing off a lot more into a spot where he can more safely throw fireballs, where he can anti-air better. And unfortunately for Killer Shinnok, I feel like he hasn't gotten the message that jumping at that spot right there is very commonly anti-air. Like there's a range where Dizzy stops throwing fireballs quite as often, hasn't pressed buttons on the floor, and is really just waiting to anti-air with down one or down two.
That's right.
And Killer Shinnok has jumped into that spot a lot.
Now, with that being said, that could have been a different story if it wasn't for the drop out of Killer Shinnok. And he turned around and got 2 flawless blocks on jump-ins back-to-back, by the way. For that not to rattle him, it's very impressive. It speaks volumes of the mental strength of Killer Shinnok, not to let that bother him. There we go, Dizzy. Dizzy showing us the flawless blocks in the zone. Ooh. And we saw those mid-meaties rather than the highs, effective in Dizzy's first match of the night. That was also against Killer Shinnok early on. No, it was against Gui Exceptional. I take it back. It was a second match where meeting with mids was super effective against these disrespectful options that you have on Wake Up, right? Wake Up down one, Wake Up buttons, Wake Up jump. It covers all of those very well.
Well,
where's the back
Aquaman, this is the last chance for it to not be a non-Brazilian Grand Finals. This is absolutely the last chance right here. Killer Shinnok has to win this round. He's got to win the next couple. Dizzy is threatening to make this UK versus Bahrain. As many strong players as there are in Brazil.
Oh, trying to swing is Killer Shinnok, feeling the pressure. The short up underneath the buttons, but still has the recovery of the crossover attempt. And it's Dizzy on the offensive here. He's feeling it with the interrupt. There's breakaway.
Dizzy's out of there. Yes.
Next hit can do it for Killer Shinnok, though.
Jumps closer in. That was a closer range than he had jumped from before. A little bit safer.
Can we extend this at least another round here?
Punish. Not quite.
Dizzy looking for the 50-50. Confirmation of the fatal blow. The grab is going to send us to a final round of this game. Wow. Woo.
With an escape failed, and that means that in this round right here, at any time, Baraka could bust out with 310 damage.
There it is. No. Give me that arm. Woo! Killer Shinnok wants a final game. Wants to make this grand final. To do it for Brazil. In his way, though, is Dizzy, who's coming in on the counter offense right now. Gets the whip punch, the forward board.
Yeah, I don't think that was on purpose, but just it happened to work out in Dizzy's side. He pressed the button at the right time. Oh, he feels it's time for pressure. Whoa, okay, empty jump into nothing at all. And Dizzy, just like that, is back off, controlling the stage. Uh-oh, it's running out. Is that enough?
430 didn't come off the bar there.
No way! That made me no! It didn't do it!
my God, are you
Did he
kidding?
make it happen? Oh my God! Is he still alive?
And my
No!
I'm done. That may have been one of the greatest 20 seconds of Mortal Kombat 11 I've ever seen.
All of Brazil in tears after getting the hope and then having it ripped away just like that by Dizzy.
Sonya wins.
And Dizzy qualifies for the grand finals just like that. It will, in fact, be a non-Brazilian grand finals. It will be Tekken Master in winner's side from Bahrain, and it will be Dizzy in loser's side from the UK. Wow. What an end. I'm actually watching on the stream here. The stream's always a little bit
I'm
later
also
after the
watching it
broadcast.
back. I was watching it back too, just in awe of what just transpired before our eyes.
Wow.
Jeez.
He actually down 3'd underneath Chop Chop.
Underneath Chop Chop.
Underneath Chop Chop. I play Baraka, and I the last time somebody did a button under my Chop Chop, I don't know. When does that happen?
9 times out of 10, I'm dead right there.
Yes.
And the one time I probably lost anyway. But listen, that was crazy. The only thing that wasn't amazing was the not getting the instant fatal blow off of the jump kick, which is hard to confirm.
Right.
Like it's hard to see a jump kick hit, especially when it's deep, and actually confirm off of it. So
yeah, I mean, maybe if he had done down 1 into fatal, that actually might have worked.
But it was right where it happened. He did it on a ring where the amplified ring has anti-aired him there. I think every single time.
Yeah.
Going back through both of his matchups against Sonya Blade, that amplified ring has caught that deep jump kick attempt over the regular ring multiple times. Maybe he just wasn't ready for it. After that, he played out of his mind. The flawless block counter poke that could have set up a kill into the up 3, had the hit advantage. Just everything from both of those players to be clutch in that moment, both ways, was sensational.
Well, that's it for Brazil. And that's it for Killer Shinnok. But again, extremely impressed by his play and by the rest of the South American scene all weekend. They showed up very well. They had excellent tech. I liked a lot of their local style. You could really see it, as we mentioned, that you can see the difference in regional styles. Way more hops, way more flawless block up 2s and 3s. But all that said, it's still going to be Tekken Master from Bahrain, who comes into this in winner side of grand finals, and it will be Dizzy in losers. These players are both in, what are they, both top 3 now? Top 4 maybe? Dizzy's not going to get top 4, but he will be in top 5 coming into this grand final.
Dizzy is
Tekken Master is in 3rd currently.
And
overall
Tekken
points
in
in
3rd.
the whole year.
Yeah, with that win on the winners final side, got the jump over Foxy Grandpa in points, and Dizzy right behind him.
That's right.
How crazy is it that 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th in pro competition points international?
Yeah, I don't think that's a surprise at all.
I don't think it's a surprise either that we're seeing a Sonya Blade mirror and we're seeing Onion Ring straight. By the way, grand finals.
Definitely not. Aquaman, I read on Twitter that she was not top tier or high tier. Can you confirm?
Yep. I mean, I honestly thought this was going to be a Kotal Khan grand finals with the upplay.
Yeah, I know.
No, these are 2 guys, two players, I should say, that have not given up on this character throughout all of the changes.
Fight.
And I really don't think that they should. She just has a lot going for her. You can see the space control, the movement, the damage, the mix-ups. She just really has a lot of stuff going for her.
There is no nerf to this character that doesn't change the fact that Onion Ring is one of the biggest neutral controllers that exist in this game.
Yeah, I mean, and not just that. The satellite drop is huge. As I said, way over commitment. And that's something I think you don't see quite as often from Dizzy. So maybe he's trying to change things up, but game 1 very quickly goes to Tekken Master.
Yeah, just in control. Has Tekken Master been throughout this entire tournament? Not letting go at all.
Could have a field day in the chat right now. I gotta get that guy on the horn.
just copy and paste the whole thing.
Absolutely right. I don't think it's gonna be a switch. Dizzy basically will go to Sonya.
The
Oh, he does.
Terminator.
Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Down.
That's not yet.
Not yet. Northern
Terminator just
variation.
came out last week.
Do it.
Oh.
Do it.
Sonya.
He's definitely gonna go to Sonya. Spoiler.
Stand down.
Tekken Master wants to play Kotal. That's the thing. He really does want to play Kotal, but he has pressures where he plays to win, and you have to respect that.
Fight.
Oh, of course. There's money and points and all that stuff on the line, and it would be silly to fly from where he lives to where this is, a super long distance, and not do the best that you can with it. It'd be just a bad idea.
And if you guys thought Fortnite got deleted, you guys are watching it here.
Okay, goes in with the low. And Dizzy getting the grab. What's he gonna do here? He's most often tried to go in. Not too much.
Ooh.
Oh! God, the ribcage is thrown. What? I can't believe it! What happened there?
Oh.
Why did that happen? Aquaman, can you explain?
No discipline.
Never
I
happened.
don't know either.
Round number 2, all the way for
Okay,
game
all
number
right,
2
we'll
of
move
Grand
on.
Finals. Let's just
absolutely
move
just
along here.
continue on
Move
through.
along. Nothing to see here. Tekken Master getting another round on the board.
Yeah, and the tech though. Both with very similar ideas. Both landed the down 3 afterwards. The low, and that does work here. So although there's been a lot of back and forth, it feels, nevertheless, Tekken Master threatening to win 4 straight rounds.
Honestly, Tekken Master's control, and he's playing, they're playing really similar games. Tekken Master has been better at the recognition of pokes and what to do afterwards. He has done a lot of reversal back 1 mix-ups. On Dizzy, he's cashed out for some massive damage. That Dizzy has just been kind of playing poke, counter poke, whereas Tekken Master's been playing recognition of a poke, counter swing.
516, okay.
Woo!
And then just into the stand 1 after that. How about that? What a button choice from Tekken Master right there.
Did that
So,
jail
again,
off
it
the
hasn't
sun of
felt
the
like a
onion ring?
blow up in
I'm
any
gonna-
individual round. What was that?
I was about to say that may have jailed off the hit stun of the onion ring right there.
Yeah,
Just
I
really smart
imagine
stuff.
it did. Yeah.
No, this has been
It
clean.
hasn't felt like a blow up in any individual round, and yet 4 straight rounds for Tekken Master. Threatening to
It's just been Tekken Master
run away
playing
with it.
so well. He's just playing so well. Dizzy's not doing necessarily much wrong. It's Tekken Master outplaying him in a couple of situations. Again, up close, he's making the better decisions. He's, I think, recognizing things a little bit cleaner on block, on hit, getting those micro decisions. And he's been the more zone space heavy, but has been fighting Dizzy up in his face this entire time. So playing both sides of the field well.
Yeah, you can really get a sense of how each individual player wants to play. On the left, Tekken Master throwing a lot of fireballs. Only when it gets into this range does he start taking a risk. Just like that. That's just a very Tekken Master thing to have happen right there. For him to take the risk of neutral ducking in that spot and getting the punish on it, because this read was right.
There we go, Dizzy putting himself in fatal blow
Trying to catch a
territory.
roll, maybe. Yeah, that's true at least. So Dizzy, if he finds the next hit, can take the overhit and then grab. But there was something out of Dizzy, whatever it was, didn't cut it. It's now tournament point Tekken Master.
And what did that come off of? What we've talked about from Tekken Master this entire tournament so far, him going backwards, right? Zoning, spacing incredibly well, and then making that choice, that opportune moment to just dash up mix. And it's exactly what just won him that round. Was he walked back for a good 5 seconds straight, and then flipped the light switch.
That was so good!
Back.
That's exactly a problem that other people have had. Jumping over onion rings and getting anti-aired by the meter burn on it. And Tekken Master up in the sky, he had the recognition that he could do the amplify right there. He has the counter to that thing that he's been using so well.
Yeah, that's a problem for everyone else against him, and he's 1 hit away right now, David, from taking it, and he's going to get
Oh my
punished
God!
3. Tekken Master 3-0 takes Brazil Game Show on the pro competition.
not just 3-0, but 6-0 in rounds right there was Tekken Master versus Dizzy. He didn't lose a round right there. It was a blow up. It was a blow up, honestly, Aquaman, by Tekken Master, who there you see on the stage. Yo, yes, I'm sure that crowd is loud. I know
Tekken
that they
Master,
wanted somebody from Brazil to do the job. Didn't happen. And yet, nevertheless, they saw a lot of really great Mortal Kombat right there.
he dropped 2 games all tournament, one to Mr. Bruno and one to Killer Shinnok. It was only the Brazilians that were able to put some kind of dent in Tekken Master's armor, as he is going to be the champion here today.
Okay. Shout outs to Brazil yet again for doing that. I really enjoyed that. I think that's super cool to watch how these two players use the same character in 2 quite different ways, and how one of them, again, all the same tools, uses some of those tools differently in different spots in ways that maybe the other guy hadn't done before, or certainly wasn't doing in that match. Regardless, very fun to watch how they play differently like that.
And also, congratulations
to
to Dizzy for the second place as well. Getting those points. He went there for 2 things, just like every event, it seems. He went there for points and capital, and he got both.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, but really, though, shout outs to Dizzy. Super strong player, made it into second place overall. And he continues to look like one of the best players in the world. And now, because of this, let me refresh on the points, because, of course, the standings for the year-long points,
they update automatically.
They do. So Tekken Master now is in 3rd place overall, putting that Foxy Grandpa in the dustbin in 4th place. Tekken Master with 1170 overall, and then just a little bit behind him, Foxy Grandpa at 1060. And then there is a drop off, but then next at 5th place is Dizzy. He has 745 points overall. So I feel like Dizzy has to be pretty comfortable at this point. The cutoff is the top 12, and currently 12th is Samij with 415, and 13th is 330. That's Kevo. So there's a pretty safe margin, I feel, for somebody like Dizzy at this stage.
There's a 100-point jump in there that a lot of people are going to be after at ECT, which is their final chance.
Yes.
No, there's second to last chance with NEC coming in December to try to close that gap. You know, you've got guys that have had the performances: Combat, Kevo, video games, Killer Shinnok, like we just saw, Gur, all these players that are just outside that could have a couple of runs in a row and make this final combat. But you got Samij, pretty good player himself, is going to try to gatekeep that number 12 spot. You know, you have Samij and Scar, and even the jump there you talked about, just to even get to 12 to 11, another over 100-point jump, just to reach where Scar's at above Samij. So it's going to be hard for these guys, especially with potentially everyone else that's going to be in their way. That's there naturally for the tournament, and they're naturally for the prize pool that is put out by the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition.
Yeah, that prize pool is in addition to whatever the entry was. Oh, maybe actually that doesn't work in Brazil, now that I think about it. I think there actually are not entries in that way. But anyway, the guaranteed prize pool for first place is $5,000. For second is $3,000. And for third is $2,000.
I know for a fact.
So that will be,
I know for a fact,
$5K for Tekken.
As I say, for Tekken Master, I know that half of that covered his trip. Just to put things in perspective for you guys, that plane was heart-wrenching. And so they are bringing everyone out to the stage right now. Again, sorry guys for no audio. We are getting so many different feeds and things. They're bringing out. Yeah, wait a minute. What? They're getting literal care packages.
Are these lunch boxes? What do we got here?
That's just a chest full of gaming goodies.
Those look like substantial chests too. I feel like that's made out of metal and everything. Look at that. Oh, shiny.
Yeah. That's what you put your organs in after you die. Like that's what preserves them.
Oh no, it's an organ transport. Wow.
Oh my goodness. So congratulations to them. That is so cool. Getting the trophies, getting the packages. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, that was only some of the players. So that's Brazil Game Show.
Yeah,
We-
I think
we
that was
have more
every,
players
I
coming
think
up,
that was
as well.
I think that was everyone but top 3, and they're gonna do top 3 separate. That looked like There we go. Killer Shinnok, Dizzy, and Tekken Master. Your top 3 at Brazil Game Show. 2 foreign invaders and the hometown hero. And that's really big for Tekken Master. He's always been there knocking on the door, getting a big win here. Congratulations. I mean, look how close he was, at Viennality, at all these other events.
Right. Sure. I mean, he's been one of the best players in this
They're about to
scene
bring the cases
since
out.
MKX when he got second place at Evo. What do we got? They got some
Oh,
stuff.
here they come. Here they come.
Okay.
This is Mad Esports.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Tekken Master
Super
just getting
cool.
the chest. No trophy to the
Yo,
champion.
did you see the flex that he needs? Oh, now, I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but I feel like I saw too much of his bicep flexing in order to hold up that box. Come on, guys.
Oh, here comes. Is this the trophy?
Medals.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, they are cool. That's cool. I'm glad that he's excited. I'm sure the crowd is really loud for him right there.
I don't know if we could hear
Ooh.
ourselves if we actually had crowd noise right now.
I'm sure you're right. Yeah, I'm sure it's very loud. Shout outs to Dizzy. By the way, he's not actually 8 feet tall, but he is pretty tall.
He's pretty up there, but just like
yeah,
Rewind,
it's more that this fella
the
to
hair
his side
kind of,
is
yeah. Everyone thinks Rewind's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
tall,
Two
but
things going on. That's true. It's the hair, and then
he's
Tekken
got
Master.
he has an extra 7 inches up there.
Yeah, he does.
That being
yeah.
said, he actually is really tall.
he is tall. He is tall.
That is your top 3, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Killer Shinnok,
Yeah, that was cool.
Dizzy TT.
Oh, hold on.
and
There's
Tekken
more.
Master.
It's not over yet.
Wait, just things keep coming out. They just keep coming out.
Yo,
That is pretty awesome, though.
you can take that to the bank.
Hello.
Well, actually, you can't. Yeah, I actually can't. But
Put it in
That's
it in your
cool.
personal bank that they gave you for winning with the TNT safe alert box.
Tekken Master's arms are almost entirely extended in order to hold that thing up. You see
Shinnok,
that? His wingspan.
Shinnok is just like Shinnok's like, where's my check? Did I win?
Yeah.
Did I win? Oh my goodness! There it is.
Oh,
There's Tekken
even
Master
more.
trophy. I feel like these guys are getting more than any other. Like, what? They keep coming out with stuff.
You're right. You're right. It is like he's got Stanley Cup up there.
He did it. Yep, the whole cup. That's so sick. That's actually amazing.
And very fitting that it's like a globe kind of thing up on the top right there, because international competition, 3 different countries represented on that stage. Wow, they got confetti. Oh my god,
that's the
amazing.
happiest I've ever seen Tekken Master in the eons that I've known him.
Did you see the smile that came out on his face? I've never seen his face look like that before.
Exactly. I've never seen him smile like that. Oh,
Oh,
here's
Ed Boon
coming out.
even. Wow, this is so cool.
We thought they were done with stuff coming out, and then Ed Boon just walks out, by the way.
This is actually the biggest prize. Yeah, you can see on Killer Shinnok's face.
Shinnok's
Look at
about
his
to
expression
cry.
right there looking at
I
Ed
mean, he's
Boon.
about to cry. The host is about to cry. I got shades on, so you'll never know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Great
that's so
stuff.
sweet.
Great stuff all around. Oh, don't put the camera on us. I'm back here trying to enjoy this. Yeah, no sound, guys. Unfortunate. Again,
Yeah.
different feeds linking up to outer space, and the time space continuum and the aluminum transfunction are not working out for us in our favor.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're actually not in English. So
In Brazil?
thank you,
Wow.
thank you, man, in my headphones for telling me that.
Aw. That's
Shout
so
outs.
cool. Well, I'm
Congratulations,
sure the
guys.
Brazilian team would have loved to have seen Killer Shinnok or Conqueror or somebody else from Brazil take it, but they did not. And yet, everybody seems very excited. The crowd, you can see still some of them hanging around. Killer Shinnok, for his part, seems like he is extremely happy with the results right there, because that is happening. He's hanging out with Ed Boon.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I'm not gonna lie.
No doubt
That's
about it.
pretty,
No doubt about it.
Pretty dang cool.
Well, that's
Congratulations,
Brazil
guys.
Game
That
Show.
was awesome.
So
That was it?
a couple of weeks ago, some new character variations came out. I don't know if you've heard, but there's some new stuff that's come out. And that wasn't legal at this event. But next weekend,
1 week.
at East
1
Coast
week.
Throwdown, very next weekend, East Coast Throwdown will have all of that stuff be legal. I am very curious to see how that turns out. Which of the new variations will be picked up? 2 weeks is not a lot of time to learn all of the new stuff, whether to use it enough to learn it enough to use it or to learn it enough to play against it.
Yeah, to not
will
get
people
rocked
get
by the
sort of
unknown.
randomed out. Yeah, I mean, like you won't know everything yet, presumably. So I think that's going to be something I'm really looking forward to see how all those new variations impact the strategy and the placings.
And yeah, and just to see if we get a shakeup in the characters that we see at a competitive level towards the ends of these tournaments. You know, here at Brazil Game Show, we got a taste of the, the patch changes a little bit because there were some in that patch that came out with their variations, and we've only seen a couple of tournaments since that patch to begin with, right? So we're just seeing things develop a little bit differently, but ECT is going to be the truest test with those third variations finally let out into the wild. And let's go
even
ahead and
this
take a
tournament,
look.
honestly, did not really turn out, I think, as some people expected. Again, I mean, I've been ripping on this the whole time, but Sonya did get nerfed a little bit over the last few months in a couple of different patches. And so for her to show up so strongly in this top 8, I think is not expected. Is it a huge surprise? It's not a huge surprise, but it is
maybe
not what you would expected.
Yeah.
And
it's also
to have Sub-Zero up in the top 4 right there. You had Scorpion up there as well. These are characters that, again, none of them are bad. We all know that they're good to great, but they just haven't been the sort of meta of the MK Pro Tour over the last few events.
Also, the Invaders happen to come in with almost all Sonya Blade teams with both Dizzy and Tekken Master coming in swinging with that character. And who knows? Who actually knows if going into an event like ECT or for Tekken Master Final Combat, if they have other stuff cooked up. And like here was I'm just going to go with what I have the most time with. And then the meta is going to change just next weekend, and something different. We could see something different from here on out. Who knows? That's what I'm excited for. Let's go and take a final look at the bracket today for your guys' viewing pleasure. Tekken Master taking it with only dropping 2 games in the entire tournament, and they were both in this top 8 to Shinnok and Bruno. And I mean, a lot of close matches. There was 2 3-0s the entire top 8. That's rare in and of itself on the pro competition.
Very
all
impressive
3-1s and
play.
3-2s.
No doubt about it, man.
Close
No
games.
doubt.
Shouts to everyone that entered this tournament. Traveled down to Sao Paulo. All the Brazilians, all the South Americans that went. Everyone else around the globe. In this top 8 represented 4 different countries. Just absolutely incredible. And thank you guys for watching. This was spread out a couple of across a couple of streams. And just thank you guys so much for watching. We know it was a little difficult here and there, but I'm actually glad that we were able to bring you some of the English commentary side. But I was also very impressed by the local commentary as well. Those guys absolutely crushed it, hype throughout the entire weekend. I'm huge fans of the commentary down there, and I hope that they know that, and I hope that we weren't stepping on any toes. We just want to give people an alternate viewing and listening experience, because I could have listened to them the entire day, if I'm being honest with you. So thank you guys so much.
I mean, neither of us speak Portuguese, but it is still very fun to listen to and very exciting, no doubt.
Like I said, I can't yell that hype, and I try every time, and I just can't. So guess what, guys? Next stop with the pro competition is next weekend at East Coast Throwdown. We'll friggin' see you then. Thank you so much for watching. And one last shout out to a throwback right out of Brazil and the Roadrunner Records archives. Sepultura, bringing us Refuse, Resist as one of the official theme songs of the Brazil Game Show and the Mortal Kombat Pro competition. We'll see you next week.
sleeping ground, but the wind sweeps them away. My voice is raw. Can't take this cold, so I'm wrong. Unless I found a things inside me. And I'll send it to your new address. Inside my head. Inside my I'll never kill myself to save my soul. I was coming, I was out of know. I didn't come this far to sing so low. I'm finally holding on to letting go. Indecision, overload. Keep a buckle on the devil when your eyes on the road. Reaching out for the hand of God, but did you think you'd shine?
Explain to me what the hell is going on. It is insane.
And now a taste of things to come.
We defend Kronika as she rewrites history.
Yippee-ki-yay, right?